Hey, what's going on, everybody? BlackCanadian here, and welcome to episode 2 of podcast. Last podcast we talked about Overwatch porn and some other random shit, but today we're bringing you something new. We have another member joining us, so why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
What's up, guys? It's Cobra.
Hey guys, it's the Flying Iguana. Just got a YouTube channel, so go check it out.
And Jesse here again, back from PlayerTwo Insert Coin.
All right. Well, yeah. Last episode, as I mentioned, we talked about some random shit. This time, we're probably going to even talk about some more random shit. But before we do all that, why don't we get into everybody's weeks? Why don't we start in backwards alphabetical order this time?
Oh shit, that means me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
I don't know my ABCs though, so it can be anything.
All right, we'll teach him. P definitely comes before F. Anyway, this week's was kind of just chill for me. I played a lot of No Man's Sky, not like on camera or anything, just for my own well-being. Was doing finishing up, well, not finishing up, but working on still my inside playthrough, and I might have a couple surprises coming in the next couple days. So yeah, it should be fun.
I'm pretty good. It's just wait, were you gonna say something?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, sorry. That would be like the biggest dick move. Just okay. Well, my week has been pretty good. I kind of like enjoyed myself, like looking at all the bad reviews. No Man's Sky got. Kind of read the Reddit post where everybody told that Sean Murray just fucking lied to everyone. Just that made me feel really justified and good. It's basically ego stroking, but it has to be done. It just has to.
I mean, I hear you. I definitely do.
I don't think it was that
fucking
bad.
Yeah, I don't like. I feel
I'm
so
finished.
sorry for him because he's like a small. It's mostly if you want to blame someone, blame Sony for like how they pitched it and how
Right.
like they handled
It's
everything.
unfinished. They could have released it way later, and the hype would have been even better.
Again, blame it on
Ours
Sony
got
for those
delayed
people
once.
who are listening. Don't tweet at Sean Murray about this bullshit. He is just
Yeah.
a small indie developer. Bitch at Sony because 80% of the reason why shit happened the way it did is because Sony. I have some background experience on that because of certain NDAs. I can't go into detail about it, but yeah, 80% of the time when game seems rushed, it's always the publisher's fault and not really the developer. So, yeah.
I don't know. Some developers sometimes, kind
All
of. He kind of lied to the public. You know what I mean?
Well, he
Like,
said
several times.
because in the begin, because I played a few press builds, there was multiplayer that was supposed to be in it. I'm not sure because of the server, the way the server works, or the way the worlds are generated, they couldn't like fulfill that promise. But in the beginning, I can believe that was his initial goal, was for them to have like some sort of multiplayer aspect in it like that. So I think like it's just chalking up to him like not being used to being out in public saying stuff, and like you have to like deliver on your promises. So it kind of
It's
sucks.
not a problem. It probably was on the game document when they realized it, but the thing is that the final product did not contain half of what they said. Plus,
Right.
like the
Well,
fact that they're
but-
announcing DLC, like
Well, see,
That is a bit-
that's where I want to get into, because who says they're not going to fulfill these promises that they
Yeah.
made? Because if you look at the way the gaming industry is now, the release of a game is no longer the final piece of the game. It's still in development during release. I see a
that's-
lot of these things coming.
like
And
that
they
game
did
is
mention that it is
that
free
AAA
DLC.
game.
That and
But still.
a big part of it too that Sean Murray was always hyping was about that, like, the whole story and everything of the game is based upon like getting to the center of the universe, and I think that like a lot of the big things coming out will be down there, and people just haven't gotten to it yet. You know what I mean?
No, there's actually a lot of like videos of people getting to the middle of the universe, and it's not
Yeah,
that
already.
great. I spoiled myself, but
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched
I
it,
was-
but from what I've heard, there's been a few people who rushed through the entire game in about 30 hours or so.
yeah, and they like were disappointed disappointed with the ending as well. I mean, I've seen the ending as well. I saw the video. I kind of spoiled the game for myself, but seeing in the present condition how the game is right now, I can't bring myself to like play the game without like. I mean, it wouldn't be enjoying to play that game in the current state. It is as it is.
I don't know, man. There's something just very satisfying about just cruising around in space the way it is. I mean, yes, it's not the way they promise and stuff, but as someone who didn't get into the hype at all, I just randomly bought the game. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, but would you say that it's worth $60? I don't know how many dollars it is actually in your.
It was 60, and let me put it to you this way: I've put in more hours in that game than other $60 titles I've played. I have gotten my money's worth out of it so far.
Okay, well that's good.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as a game designer, I sort of hate like the argument of like, is No Man's Sky worth $60? Yes, it is, considering like it's a fully packaged game that was released in retail as a. You can buy a physical disc of No Man's Sky. That's part of why it costs $60. Another part is because the servers that it takes to run No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is not like you have to be connected online if you want to get the full experience of No Man's Sky, so that costs money as well. The graphics may not be to your liking, but like they are pretty decent graphics for procedurally generated
well, you
world.
can't say that. Like for example, Uncharted 4, for example, is a wonderful fucking game. Or like The Last of Us, there was like they were probably priced 60 games because it was a well-polished game at the end.
Okay, were linear 8-hour games.
Who cares? It's about releasing a quality product. You can have a product that lasts for hours and hours and hours. Who cares? It has to be quality and you know what I mean? The quality bar was set too high, and they did not reach it, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, that's what you depend on. That depends on what you call quality. As Jesse stated, he spent hours in it, enjoys the game. That's what he calls quality. And like
yes,
the one thing I'm going to constantly like argue with people about is that like this game is not meant for everybody. I could tell when it was released back then. I knew people were going to hate it because I've seen the game. I played early builds of it. I was like, oh, this is like Minecraft. Like most people aren't going to enjoy it. Most people like it was marketed incorrectly. It should have been like for this niche group of gamers that want this specific thing where they want to travel around, go to different places, explore worlds. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying that you're wrong, Flying Iguana. I'm just saying that. Like the way people like I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm saying when I look on Reddit and see these uneducated people just like saying reasons why it's not worth $60. I'm just trying to educate people on why a game is worth what it is.
No. I'm not blaming the developers. I'm not blaming even the. I'm just really mad that this game was. It's just that for an indie title, a good indie game would be worth 20 euros or like 35, like giant maximum. Even like games like that were really hyped, like a Hyper Light Drifter, they were priced for that kind of like they weren't priced 60 euros when they got out. They were priced a reasonable amount of money because it was an indie title, and they were actually much well polished than No Man's Sky, which is a big shame for No Man's Sky because I feel like it had so much potential, and you know it still has the potential. I really hope the developers will keep working on it because, but you know, for most people out there, like the majority out there, they feel kind of betrayed by Hello Games, and I feel like we should understand these people that felt this way.
I think it's sort of putting them in this is going to be the last thing we're going to say about No Man's Sky, but I think that they're putting No Man's Sky and Hello Games in an unfair position because look at Assassin's Creed. Day one Assassin's Creed game is literally unplayable. And
yeah,
like,
but they got a lot of backlash from that.
Yeah, but do you see anybody like tweet like, oh, well, you get the like random complaints or whatnot, but most of the time they're like,
a lot of people were like,
Yeah, but you never get
about
like
it.
this whole outrage of like No Man's Sky, where it's like literally 13 dudes are developing game. Sony's just throwing money at it. That's all they're doing. 13 people developing this game, and yet people are giving this more slack than they do at like Assassin's Creed and fucking Watch Dogs, where they release a game that's still broken to this day. And like, there's millions of. I worked on a couple Assassin's Creed games, and like it's still there. There is like millions of people pouring work into this product, and it's still bad. And it's just like, just calm down, guys. No Man's Sky is not perfect. No Man's Sky is not good.
Yeah,
but it's
the
just
difference
like,
the difference with Assassin's Creed is that the developers actually delivered what they promised in the end after fixing the game real quick. Hello Games still has a lot of years ahead of it, ahead of him or it, ahead of it to like fix the game that they advertised. And that's you can't ignore that. I'm saying.
well,
You know what? Let's get away from that topic.
yeah, let's end this because Cobra hasn't even told us about his
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So
Otherwise, I'm working. I kind of released my Resident Evil 2 playthrough, and that's it for my week. Had a great time playing it, by the way. RE2 is such a good game.
Yeah, so for my week, I finally caved. I've been saving up for a while. Finally got like a big PC build. So I got a 1080 graphics card, a i7-6800 CPU, and I have it water cooled too. So it's nice to have a computer that'll run things instead of a potato for a laptop. So I'll be starting my channel pretty soon. I'll be getting that started. My first thing I'm going to do on it is playthrough of the game BeamNG Drive, which is a soft body physics simulator with cars. And so they've got like different things, they call them scenarios, where you kind of, drive through, try and race, stuff like that. And it's all like very physics based, so.
yeah, that sounds
pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds
For
interesting.
that. Yeah. That's about all I've been up to this week, is just building the computer. Had a couple bumps on the way. Apparently my RAM's supposed to be installed to quad channel, but the dude who was helping me build it, and I didn't recognize that. And so I was running just 2 channels of RAM. I'm like, why the hell isn't this working? And so I go back to Micro Center, and the guy's like, oh yeah, we forgot, it's supposed to be quad channel. I'm like, oh, well, that explains a whole lot then.
Nice.
But now it's working, so, no complaints here.
Such a good feeling when it boots on
Oh,
and
it's-
everything goes well.
I'm
So
like,
nice.
about came my pants.
Yeah, at least everything, because like the way my PC's right now, I have a 1080 graphics card just sitting around because I can't fit it in my PC. I have to
Oh,
what I might have to do is just disassemble everything and then put it back together, which sucks.
yeah, that's a pain. Yeah, I have enough room. I'll put it this way: I got a mid tower, but like a decently big one, so I could definitely fit a second graphics card in there. if
Oh,
need.
that's nice. I caged everything in a little small black box, which
Oh, no,
overheats
I
all the
wanted
time.
something
Such
big
a
enough.
problem. At
Especially
least it's
since I knew how
compact.
I to water cool it. So
What? You got that too?
yeah, I just
Ah,
did a
it's so
closed
good.
loop. It's because it's simpler, but it's got. I mean, it runs so cool all the time, even at like
That is
full
so
load.
nice. Like
It's-
I gotta
yeah, it's-
hibernate basically when it's like
Yeah,
no. When it's summer, just gotta
yeah.
close up the fucking
Yeah, it
it's
gets
such a
humid
nightmare.
as anything here, so I figure it'd be a worthy investment to water cool it.
I bet it is.
Oh yeah. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was like $80 or so for the closed loop system.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty expensive.
Smart. Yeah, but I mean, as far as computer parts go, I mean, you're spending $40 if you get an aftermarket cooler for a.
Oh yeah, you better get
Right.
quality over like I got
Right.
screwed over with some RAM once like that and I
Yeah.
had to sell it back. It was a hassle, but
Right. I mean, it's like you're already spending at the very least 40 on a CPU cooler. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that brings it over to my week. Basically, my week only, like, began today on Friday because, like, I was so busy. Because for those of you guys that are listening to this podcast that don't know, I work at Square Enix Montreal, and the recent release of Deus Ex has been quite hectic over there, and I haven't even got a chance to play the game. I was supposed to get I got keys from my company. None of them work. I got one Steam key. Steam, the PC version is super shitty right now, or at least on my end. So I have to buy a physical copy of the game. So it sucks for that. Also, spent a ton of money buying a Japanese game, Persona 5. For those of you guys that don't know.
So that's why.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
it comes out in a few more weeks, and I went to the Japanese PlayStation store, pre-downloaded it, so once it releases midnight, I can hopefully record that and upload it for you guys. It's going to be completely in Japanese, so I won't be able to understand it. So, but that's how
They
much I
don't-
want to play the game. So.
Even
They
the
won't have
menus.
subs or anything.
It is the way the game works. The way if you guys ever seen like a trailer, just like a few footage of a Persona game, it's very like self-explanatory, like how to play the game.
Yeah, I downloaded only once a Japanese game. Couldn't. It wasn't playable. I did not understand half of the things I was doing. I was just pressing buttons and trying to like write down what the fuck it did.
Hope it worked.
Yeah.
Just keep spamming one button. That's the good thing about RPGs, really, is that like you can just like press one button. You don't really have to like go really too deep into it.
Yeah, but you start meeting you start like encountering problems once like one of the characters just bursts into like laughter and the other one is like crying the shit out. And, like you don't understand what the
Yeah,
fuck
you're
is
just
happening
like,
here.
what's happening?
What the hell, man?
Oh yeah, that's what I fucking love. But anyway, let's get right into what we have on the docket right now. King of Fighters 14 just came out. I know there's been controversy amongst the fighting game community about like whether it's going to be a good game or not because they switched from 2D models over to 3D, kind of like the way Third Strike switched over to like 3D models in Street Fighter 4. So, did any of you guys get a chance to look at it or play it a bit?
Yeah, I watched it. I'm not usually into the fighters like, Street Fighter and stuff where it's like overly complicated combos where you get like 20 hits. I play a lot of Smash and a lot of Mortal Kombat where it's like a lot smaller, low-key combos. Mortal Kombat not as much, but Smash is. That being said, it does look like a pretty fun game, and if it like drops in price, I might check it out because it's like, it seems like it's got a pretty solid lineup of like variety of characters, both in like looks and playing style and stuff. And it looks like a visually appealing game, so I'll probably eventually check it out.
Yeah, I think it's normal that they like went from 2D sprites to 3D sprites. It's just that like that they can finally add some physics in the game because like 2D sprites gotta be hard to like program that in compared to like 3D, models. Plus like dynamic lighting and all that chisel
Right.
must be great. And so that's probably the real reason why they like started using like 3D models instead of sprites. 2D sprites are a goddamn nightmare sometimes because when you want to add a character, you gotta do all new sprites for the all the characters.
But it looks so good though. Like there's something
It
about
does,
pixel
it
art
does.
or 2D art, just like especially if you guys have ever played what game am I thinking of? Valiant Hearts looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I just love 2D design in video games. It like because it gives like 3D models give room for error is what I think, and it's like.
Yeah, the clipping and the
Fair
stuff
enough.
like that, you just notice that immediately. Sometimes
Well-
it's just so clunky that.
That and the uncanny valley, of course.
Mhm.
Like the closer you get to realism, the more minor imperfections that you see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 2D
Yeah.
gives you that, the unrealism, which actually draws you in.
Yeah, exactly.
And games like Skullgirls, fighting games like Skullgirls look fucking
Love
phenomenal.
Skullgirls.
The 2D animation in that is phenomenal, and a new upcoming game by the same people who did Skullgirls, I believe it's called Indivisible. I believe that got funded and it's going through already. That game has 2D models and it looks fucking extraordinary too. So, but I've got a chance to play King of Fighters 14. It plays good. It plays like a King of Fighters game. I expect it to be a little bit slower because the lack of animation or yeah, the lack of animation is what I want to say. Between a 2D sprite model, between a 3D model, can sometimes benefit you when you're playing a fighting game. So it seems like it still plays the same and everything, but yeah, that's really my impression on King of Fighters. Really,
The thing is that like it's really hard to improve a game of 2D sprites. You just can't get better since it's
Yeah.
like the art is subjective. The physics are just gonna stay the same because it's 2D sprites. I mean, it's a way to sell new games too, so I perfectly understand the decision. It's gonna be a new transition for the players, but
or
Yeah,
you
I mean,
can
the
like
same
try
thing
to
happened with
fake it.
Pokemon.
what do you mean fake the 2D?
Like yeah, fake the 2D, where it's like Child of Light is technically considered it's a 3D game, but it's like the way it does its art style is looks like a 2D.
You mean like Borderlands or? Let me check Child
No,
of
I
Light.
mean like literally when they're like look at a game called Guilty Gear Xrd, Guilty Gear XRD. That's a 3D game in Unreal Engine, but if you look at the gameplay, it looks like it's a 2D game. It looks like it's a
It's a bit like Mario, like new Mario's, like the platform. Okay, yeah.
but
Well, that's
yeah.
that's just an engine.
Mhm.
I'm talking. Okay, maybe like the Raymans. Okay, nice.
Yeah, where it's like sort of like where you know like where you can take a closer look at it, like okay, is this a 2D or 3D? But
It's more like sprites though. Those are like
Yeah.
more sprites, 2D sprites that you just put in 3D
Mhm.
situation. It's not really. Oh well.
All right, so next thing that came out this week was Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. I've got to play a total of 2 hours of it before I had to do this podcast. So did any of you guys like look at any Let's Plays or got to like put any hands on it?
No, I want to play the game though, like the
Yeah,
first
same.
game before. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
I want to do this chronologically. I don't like starting in a franchise like that, like in the middle of of the next second game or something like that.
Yeah, I did that with Witcher, and it wasn't fun to do that.
Oh, The Witch is the fucking worst because you just go from like the second game, which is like
Right,
super
that's
appealing
what I did.
visually.
I was
Yeah.
just like, what's going on? Who are these people?
Yeah, but strangely, I felt that The Witcher 1 was better than the second one just because it was more fun to play.
I still haven't played the first one. It was on sale for 99 cents, and I didn't buy
Yeah.
it. Still kicking myself for it.
Nice.
Oh, that's a shame.
I haven't
But-
played any Witcher games, so
Oh, you
they're-
should try it out. It's awesome.
They're fun. I've only played the
Start
third one.
chronologically
Really good
because-
story to them. The gripping story, even if you haven't played any of them, it still kind of grips you in.
Like the first one has like a really bad, like honestly, it looks like a bad MMO, from the early days before like an MMO clone, a WoW clone. But the story and the freaking gameplay is so gripping if you're like a big Dungeons and Dragons fan, and
Yep,
Oh,
with
no.
preparation for each fight, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
it's true.
yeah, it
But,
depends because like Witcher just seems like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, there's like 800 different of these medieval RPG games out here. Like I was playing Baldur's Gate and a whole bunch of other like in the same setting games at the time, like Skyrim and stuff. I was like, I don't really have any room for this.
Well, once you play The Witch, you understand that it's very different between other like RPGs. It's more like the thing is that Skyrim, you still have like peasants and stuff, but these guys are like moderately happy and well fed. In The Witcher, they're dying from the fucking plague. You know what I mean? It's like the Dark Souls of RPGs, basically, but with English accents, basically, and a lot of fucking cunts everywhere. Fucking love those accents, I really do.
Yeah, I just because every time Witcher came around the like topic, like I just kept on confusing that with Dragon Age because it looks so
That's
so similar to me because like
Wow. Definitely makes sense.
Well,
And if I'm not mistaken, they came out semi around the same time.
yeah, but it's just you gotta play the game to understand the different feel of it. It's just so more dark and like gritty and like prostitution and and like people beating each other for no reason, and I don't know, it's more visceral. It has a more visceral feeling and a more it's what you would expect from the Middle Ages. People like kind of sugarcoat the Middle Ages, thinking about the great knights and the great thing. These guys are fucking knights that just drown in their puddles of blood. You know what I mean? That's the kind of gameplay you're waiting for.
well, yeah, I
It's
guess.
The whole game centers around this character who just cannot like who can't live between the monsters, but cannot either live with the humans, and so he's like rejected by. I don't know. It's really you gotta play it for yourself. I can't even fucking explain it correctly.
All right, but let's get back on topic of Deus Ex. Has any of you guys take a look at it at least?
Commercials look sick.
Oh yeah, I like the debate. You know the what do you call it, the
Trailer.
controversy. No, it's just thinking about
All
mankind's
lives
position
matters.
well, yeah, basically.
The only thing, okay, so here's the thing. Here's what I think about the whole, like, it's very convenient. No, I'm just joking. This was the release window for Deus Ex for a long time, so it's not like it was like a convenient release window for like, hey, look at all this shit that's happening in America. Let's release this now. But like, no,
Yeah.
that was always his plan.
They just got lucky as hell.
Yeah, so topical.
Well, if you can call it that, I don't know if that's.
I mean,
lucky.
yeah, you know.
Convenient, like it's convenient for them, but then
Yeah.
again, it's kind of a double-edged sword because then people can sort of like think that it's tasteless and like oh, you're trying to compare this to Black Lives Matters. This isn't the same. Like I can see like some people kind of getting butthurt over that.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like the dude who starts a rape whistle company because they started, wanting to lower the rate of rape, but as the rate of rape goes down, so does their whistle sales.
Right.
So, do you root for more whistles or do you root for less rape?
I'm not. I want to like sit in on a marketing meeting
right
for. I want to sit in on a marketing meeting for how to sell more rape whistles. Like, like listen, guys, we need to sell more rape whistles. So what we're
Make it
gonna do?
happen. I don't care how.
They could
God.
get like a really, really shady guy to just.
I was thinking.
He doesn't have to
We won't
do
go with
anything
that
to the girls. He just
conversation.
has to. He just have to look
And,
creepy.
oh,
He just has
God.
You're on a list now.
Just like all the women in the office who are just like screaming and just running to the exit.
They're blowing their rape whistles.
The fact that someone would have to buy more than one rape whistle confused me. Like,
Yeah.
like I think that would be a very
well,
low market. Be like, okay, rape whistle
this-
one is.
There's this problem with rape whistles is that if you hear someone, if you hear a rape whistle going off, then there's other rapists in the zone who are like alerted by a potential victim.
You're saying
I don't know if it works out. So
Are you comparing it? Are you comparing a whistle to a Pokemon lore?
yeah, basically. Sometimes it ends like that, so it kind of makes things worse sometimes.
It just announces
From
yourself.
a simple rape, it just turns into a gangbang. Yay!
Oh my God!
My
What
God.
have I done?
You are a
It's
fucking...
just that.
This is the
I know.
Overwatch porn thing all over again. We've entered a new
Seriously.
dark world of rape whistle marketing.
I tend to start them. I'm sorry.
I'm the one who started that one. You're welcome, Yanni.
Raper Go. That's like Pokemon Go, but
Oh,
that's
I am-
horrible.
I am actually kind of shocked that Japan hasn't come up with that yet.
Jesus.
What?
I'm not
Rape
sure.
whistle.
As much that's embedded in Japanese culture, I'm not sure if they enjoy it or not. Cause
No,
like that's like such a thing. Like, oh, a guy's groping on a girl in the subway. Oh, you
I didn't-
silly Japanese
okay.
people.
okay. To take it back. I'm not saying that like I think that they would have come up with an actual rape thing. I'm saying I'm surprised they don't have a spin-off AR game that involves, finding half-naked women in the streets and capturing them or whatever.
I don't think you've been looking hard enough in the.
I'm surprised there's no Digimon Go. Where's the rival Digimon Go where you go and do you capture Digimon? I'm not sure. I haven't
Like,
watched in like
Yo-Yo.
10 years.
I
That's the game.
would have no idea.
Or how about just Yu-Gi-Oh on the phone where you can challenge people to a duel on the streets with your
Right. Let the stuff.
I'm a fucking bug card trade. Oh, what's the bug guy name from Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm not
Weevil.
sure. Weevil.
I've never seen an episode. I don't know.
It was like okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh came out in a time where it's like kind of uncool for me to watch it, but yet I still bought into like the whole thing. I bought the cards and everything.
See,
Oh,
at
it was at its hype of coolness when I was in school.
No, see, I had grown up with Magic, so I was a Magic player. So when Yu-Gi-Oh and shit came out, I'm like, yo, fuck this. This is a bastardized version of the true game. You know, fuck you. So I stayed clear.
Yu-Gi-Oh plays nothing like Magic. If you want to yell at someone, yell at Pokemon card game, because that's exactly Magic.
Yeah, but see, in high school, you have your camp that you're with. So like, we were Camp Magic. You know, fuck everyone else.
You guys have magic camp?
Before? No, he's talking about like your
like our
your
squad,
social group.
our crew, if you will.
I got what you were where you were going.
Word.
We'd call them cliques in America.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have that in France.
Fucking Magic. That sounds like the worst club to be a part of. I was part of like ignore everybody and everything, and hopefully I'll graduate soon.
We didn't even have clubs.
We were just the ones in the corner that were just off in our own world role playing and shit.
I
Cool
was
club for life, yo.
LARPing in between class.
I was the I was part of every club because I was the token black kid at our school, so I would be like I would be everybody's friend. Everybody would want to be my friend just so they can say that they have that one black guy. And I'm not bragging, that was like honestly true about like
No, I know what you mean. One of the guys in my friend group was the token black friend at school.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
he hung out with us because he fit in with us, but like, I get where you're coming from.
That's great.
I had a weird circle. I had like a friend for something, basically. I had my friends to play like games with. I had my friends to like pick up women. I had my but they were completely mutually like exclusive to each other.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want to
So
cross
there's
the
not
Same
streams.
situation.
Yeah, you never have to cross this because I tried once, and those guys they became so pissed at me that I never tried ever again.
I have my internet friends, which I would consider you guys. I have my real life friends. I have my real life friends that, and then I have work friends. Cause like as you get older, you have work friends. You have
Yeah, I know.
you have
I
like
hate the people I work with.
I
don't hate them.
It's a peaceful coexistence. It's not even considered as friendship.
I'm just tired because like I'm sitting next to because like I'm like quote unquote work friends with a few people that like all they have is kids and they just talk about their kids all day. I'm like
Exactly. I'm like I'm 21. So no.
Like, hey, you want to look at these baby
She's like,
pictures?
you have
Kids
kids? I'm
already?
like,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
I'm 21. Like,
What kind of circle are you? Wait, are you studying? Are you like in a university? Or
Oh
are
yeah,
you
I'm in
already
college.
working? And
Yeah,
you guys,
university.
wait, you got guys who already have kids and stuff?
Not kids, but kids get married like real young at my school. It's weird.
Wow.
It's like a small Christian college.
Ah,
It's
okay.
like,
That explains
Yeah.
everything.
people drink the Kool-Aid there. It's yeah.
You gotta get married and you gotta
I'll
have
hold
children.
off on my opinion on that.
You gotta have the babies right now
Well, yeah.
before the afterlife. I'm not sure. I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to speak on that.
I mean, we all know the world population is going down. So
What?
all the world needs is more
Okay.
kids.
Yep, more kids.
Nah.
Have kids
I feel
raise
like-
kids. Give the kids to your other kids to
I
raise
know.
your kids.
Dude, we need science on this. We need like 5-year-old girls having kids.
Oh God, that's
12 isn't young enough.
oh
Man,
God.
you are
This-
on all kinds
Our kids
of
are not sexually
podcast.
active enough.
This whole conversation has been sarcasm. Y'all need to check your sarcasm gauges.
Yeah, it's just
So-
like for the random
Good
viewer,
backpedaling.
they've heard rape and 12-year-old pregnant girls all in the same podcast.
That's the that's the title of the episode. Just put 12 years old pregnant girls.
12-year-old girl.
Drop the mic.
Just drop the mic and get flagged.
God.
See, I have this theory. Okay,
Leafy's gonna fucking roast us.
everybody, just come on, come closer.
Okay, I'm
I
coming
have this
closer.
theory, okay? Are you all
Lean
closer
into
to the microphone?
Yeah.
My head is
Oh,
in my
yeah.
computer right now.
So if we have enough kids, will be so fucked that we'll have to go to space.
Well, I mean, like you
Therefore,
can't like
progressing.
that makes no
elevated
sense because
through
like you
time.
can't force technology to get better just by having more kids.
Well, if you're
like
desperate enough, if you got a
Well,
ticking
I
time
don't want to
bomb
risk that. I don't want to risk overpopulation before we have the technology to do it.
well,
That's a
that's
backup
perfect.
solution.
Just dump the
really.
kids in the ocean or something.
Okay, and maybe they can evolve, force the evolution to go faster, have them evolve into fish
They won't
people.
get killed.
You
Yeah.
can have mermen. Yeah.
I mean, a few of them will die, of course, but
Yeah.
that's how the evolution process works. They have to,
yeah.
losses here.
Exactly.
Darwinism.
yeah, survival of the fittest. I took a science class in college.
Basically,
yeah.
survival, real life horror. It's awesome.
Oh God, okay. Now we got into Darwinism, where we kill children by throwing them into the ocean, and we barely have nicked the surface of this podcast. So let me open up my docket and see. We're going to, speaking of tragedies, we're going to talk about ZeniMax, their Oculus lawsuit. There's been an update on it, so apparently they got some sort of proof. Saying that the technology was that some information that made the technology, the Oculus Rift, was at ZeniMax, and John Cormack actually before he was fired or after he was fired went back to like his desk or at his like station at ZeniMax and got the files that he needed to make the program. And then he took it with him. So, like, that's basically just me nutshelling what the situation is. But what do you guys think about that? Did you guys read the article?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man.
That was, waiting
I
for
just
you
think
to
it's
talk.
kind of messed up. I mean, that people, I mean, like you said, he went back to his desk and stole the plans. Like, I really hope that's not true, because that's, like, real fucked up.
Well, I mean,
real bad.
it wasn't stolen. How it's put is like because I signed this disclosure act along with anybody that works in the software industry of like anything that's manufactured or produced on the property is considered their like property.
Yeah, it's considered the company's property.
So technically, he could have made the program there. He could have done all that stuff. But even by law, even though he took the programs after he was fired, that's not his, and
Right,
that is
that's
technically
permanent
stealing.
sign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, if you violate an NDA, I mean, that's like, I mean, that's obviously violating it, and he deserves to be punished for it if that's what he ended up doing.
Well,
That's, I mean, my opinion.
do they have actual proof? Because from everything that I've been reading, I have yet to see any concrete proof. They've just, from what I've seen, they've just claimed that he did that. I haven't seen it like anyone be like, yes, we have him on video or anything. There's nothing like that. It was just like they're saying this, right?
Yeah, in the article
I
I
think they
read
just
that
want-
they it seems like they have some sort of solid proof. Of course, this is an article they didn't like mention any of like the proof that they actually had against
Right.
John Cormack, but yeah, if they depending on whether or not they have proof depends on if they decide to file a lawsuit against him, because they wouldn't file a lawsuit against him if they didn't have any evidence supporting that claim, because if they didn't have any evidence supporting that claim, that's just considered as slander and that wouldn't hold up in a court of law. So
Well, that's true, but the thing that gets me is, from what I've seen, like half their case is kind of hearsay, because they're saying that Lucky, the other guy who runs Oculus or whatever, didn't have the programming skill to do this. But that seems fairly subjective to me.
yeah,
Like,
that part is hearsay, and that's complete like bullshit that would be thrown out in court anyway. But what I'm more concerned about is the files that were taken, because if those files were taken, even if it did belong to John Cormack before leaving ZeniMax, it's still ZeniMax property. And if he did take it, what they said, if what they said too is that he did take it after he was, I believe he quit. I don't think he was fired. But if
Right.
he did take the information after he quit, then that would be considered as stealing their property. So I mean, he could be held liable for it.
Oh, I'm with you 100%, but they need to like show what the proof is that he did that, because until I see proof, I mean, it's all hearsay, you know? That's my take on it.
I don't know. I feel like accusing someone copying like some programming, like some some line, some coding lines. That's a bit far-fetched. You know, sometimes there's not 1,000 ways to write some code. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's very similar to others people's work. So accusing someone of it's like you're using the same words as the dictionary. I should sue you. For plagiarism.
Well, I mean, it's
I
like
feel they just want their piece of the pie, and this is some kind of weird way of getting it.
I mean, it depends on how, like, what resources John Cormack used to create the code, create the programming while he was at ZeniMax. Because you create a game in the Unreal Engine and you release that game, you have to give Unreal some money for the game that you release. So in a way, John Cormack is still liable to give money to ZeniMax. I'm not saying that they deserve the money. I'm just saying that from a legal standpoint, he needs to give the money to them.
No, yeah, of course. If he used like platforms that were like not his, okay, that's oh god, what's happening outside? That's a problem. But I think someone's getting stabbed outside. Let me take a look real quick. Continue without me.
That's lovely. Maybe they heard about the lawsuit too, and they're just getting really upset.
They're like, "Fuck, he didn't do it. He's innocent. I'll stab a bitch for it."
Wait, did you hear a rape whistle go off?
As long as there's no rape whistle, everything's okay.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh god, but while Iguana is dealing with his possible break-in that's occurring at his place,
Yeah, seriously.
we're going to move on to the.
Back. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Well, good thing that you're back because we're going to move on to the next topic. Polygon article did a story on this game that released a demo called Virginia. I played it. If you guys want to go check it out, it's on my channel. But I played it.
Oh, you actually played? Ooh.
Yeah, oh my god, that game is so like it's just like a preview of just showing you what's like basically what the story is about. They tell it to you in like a not like in your face way. It's like very subtle hints of what's going on. If you guys ever watched the American produced TV show called Twin Peaks, it's basically an homage to that. You can tell just by playing like it's only 16-minute demo. I played 16 minutes of it. I could tell like this is Twin Peaks of shit. Small town, person goes missing, an FBI agent goes to investigate it. They find these like weird underlines going on in the town and stuff like that. And yeah, it's really good.
Now I've seen the videos, but is the demo like widely available? Like where can you get the demo, or is that just privately?
You can go on Steam right now and download the demo right now. Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't just say X-Files. Jesus Christ, say X-Files. Twin Peaks wasn't that like innovative. Well, it was kind of innovative, but
well, Twin Peaks came first, and X-Files was based off of Twin Peaks, or elements of X-Files was based off of Twin Peaks.
Some of it was, yeah, but
some of them, like some episodes. I won't say like the whole show was based on it.
No, but if you look at the styling of Twin Peaks and stuff, it's a lot of the same kind of feeling that, X-Files has that same kind of feeling. I think Twin Peaks was amazing, and I think this Virginia looks awesome, so I can't wait. I'm actually going to download the demo now.
Yeah,
I don't know, like saying everything is based. It's like when they said that, Deadly Premonition was based on Twin Peaks. Everything seems to be.
Have you played?
Yes, it was based. Okay, it was based on Twin Peaks. Don't get me wrong.
That game is like Twin Peaks as hell. If you like watch all of Twin Peaks and like play Deadly Premonition, like it's literally you might as well just take Twin Peaks store and just like slap everything.
Yeah, I know. It's even the same police station, which is so weird.
I've never played that game, but I'm watching a playthrough of it right now, and it.
You're watching the
Game Grumps, yeah.
Yeah, you should watch the Super Best Friends. They already completed it, but they're funny as fuck.
It's definitely a funny ass game though.
Yeah, Virginia looks awesome. The only thing the nitpick that I have on it is during the demo there's no speech, no one talks, so I'm not sure if that's how the whole game is going to be once it release. However,
in one of the trailers that I saw, it said something about, like, one of the quotes was, it said, "I've never had a game tell so much to me without saying a word." So I'm pretty sure the entire thing is there's no words.
Yeah, and also another nitpick I have on the game is the character design. I'm not really. The art style is great and looks good. It's very atmospheric, but the character design I'm not really too into. The characters look a little bit too silly for the type of mood that they're going for because it is a missing persons case, and like I'm not really. It just looks very cartoony to me, and
Can
like
someone tell me how, like, a missing person case, there's, like, no dialogue? Is there really no dialogue? It's a police investigation with no dialogue.
well,
That
I'm not
seems
100% because like that could be just the person's perception off of just playing the demo. So
Right.
Oh, this
so
demo?
that could be-
Fuck, I should have played it.
It's on Steam right now for people that are listening to this podcast. Go download it right now. Very atmospheric and like there's some like elements that's going on in the demo that really intrigues you, that makes you want to. Because okay, so for if you guys are going to play this after the podcast, there's a scene in the demo where it's like there's stuff happening around in the house and you're sort of getting the gist on what happened or like why it happened, and it's just like very like it's very good. It's like
It even has the tag female protagonist. Jesus Christ.
I hate that tag so much. Like that.
I
like,
do too. It's so dumb.
Like
It
that
shouldn't
doesn't
matter.
make something better or worse as a game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like that's a subsection on Steam now. You can go check out your female protagonist game only. That should be a Let's Players like gimmick. They only do female protagonist games only.
It would be such a
mean-
boring game.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure they're out there already.
Yeah, I need someone to link me. Those of you guys
Nah.
listening to the podcast, link me to a channel that's female protagonist only Let's Player.
I think the feminists just stopped watching our podcast a while ago, so we're
I have
that's
nothing
not
against
watching.
feminists. I just don't
Rape.
care.
No, we lost them at the rape part.
Yeah.
Fucking
rape.
We
podcast.
did
It's not
last
this part.
episode of porn.
Oh yeah. No, Overwatch porn is acceptable, but
Yeah,
It's
dude,
still
even
fictitious.
feminists
Yeah,
love
but
that.
it's Overwatch, and they had the one chick standing with her butt, and that triggered them all.
I don't even think it was just Blizzard who overreacted on that. It wasn't even like nobody said something. I think said some mom in Kansas or something like that.
Yeah, of course, always a mom from the Midwest America has to say some shit.
It's always that mom who will never play the fucking game. Of
Nothing's
course.
wrong with Midwest America.
Oh, I don't like this Widowmaker and her butt is too big.
It's not even Widowmaker. It's like Sheva from like Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
She just doesn't know.
It's Princess Peach.
Wrong franchise, mom. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything.
Well, while we're on the
Honestly-
subject of women in video games, why don't we
good.
switch it over to the next topic of Zoe Quinn's new game? It's a dating sim, ironically. And for those of you guys that aren't aware on what the whole Zoe Quinn situation is, the Quinspiracy that happened about a year ago. So there's this girl who released a shitty game called Depression Quest. She wanted promotion for her shitty game. She slept with a few journalists to get better reviews on her game, and like there was a whole conspiracy on that. If you guys want more information on that, I believe Jim Sterling has a video about like the whole what was it, Quinspiracy thing that happened about a year ago. But
Fucking love that Quinspiracy. I
yeah, but
fucking love that.
what do you guys think about this?
I mean,
I'm-
first of
I'm
all,
tight- yeah.
the picture that's like in the title of on a Polygon article I read on her, she looks scary as fuck. Like, a little spooky. But besides that, like, the fact that she like slept her way through to like get a shitty game promoted is like, can't do that. And it's like putting women in gaming so far behind. 'Cause it's like, it just makes them all look bad. Whether or not, I don't think people should be judged based on, like, groups shouldn't be judged based on the actions of one person, but at the same time, like, it's gonna happen where people are gonna judge based on that one person's actions,
Mhm.
I don't know, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's just basically I want to reiterate what I told my friends like a year ago when the whole situation happened the first time. what she did was just not only fuck things up for her because her future game could be good, all that, but people are just going to still look at her as a chick that slept with dudes to get her game to be rated better. So and again, don't get mad at me for reinstating it like this. This is just basically me nutshelling the situation. If you guys want to know the full details about the conspiracy, as I said, there's videos about it. Happened over a year ago, but basically what I want to discuss is about the whole new game and stuff. And like, apparently she's releasing that. It's a dating sim, and it's an FMV dating sim. I read the article. It seems like, yeah, it seems like a game.
I
Wait,
mean,
Wait, can we just...
it might be a game. I don't know.
I mean, more than
Guys,
Depression
there's
Quest
FMV.
was.
There's FMV in the fucking... Like, her long-awaited game was an FMV dating simulator inspired
not
by notorious erotica novels penned by the elusive author Chuck Tingle.
Well-
Okay, guys, can we just talk about this real quick? Do you think
First
that a
off-
haunted game can, like, just be sprouted off out of an FMV dating sim?
Well, I mean,
Because FMV and video games just do not match. It's like having a movie about video games. It will not work half of the time.
I don't know.
Right.
There's a charm to
Well-
FMV games. I liked them. They had its
Except
time
Resident
in the
Evil
past.
1. Resident Evil 1. Except that game. The
Well,
FMV.
See, the thing is, I read that article and like I'm not a dating sim fan at all. I don't know why. I just can't get into them. It's not my
It's just
jam.
cringy for
But-
me. Yeah.
But as soon as I saw the word, where is it? Night Trap,
Mhm.
my ears perked up because I remember when that game came out for was it Sega CD?
Mhm.
I don't know, but
It was Sega CD,
Well,
and
I-
it was a shitty ass fucking game, but it was amazing just because of, I mean, it was isn't it the only AO game ever?
Yep.
So that alone, as a 13-year-old or however old I was amazing. And it just, so until I read that, I'm like, all right, whatever, shitty dating sim. I saw that, I'm like, all right, I'm in, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think she just
That's
named
not a
Night
good
Trap because that's
reaction,
probably the
though.
only FMV she could think of during the interview. Like, oh, it's probably going to be like Night Trap. Like,
But Night Trap wasn't even good. It was like
It was-
impossible to play.
it was corny, and it was, as I said, FMV had its times back in the 90s, back when computer games were, like, just starting out, and, like, they were trying to make the crossover between movies and video games, which didn't really play too well back then. But it had its own quirky,
Right off.
but it had its own
Revolution-
quirky, like, sort of campiness to it that made it good.
For the record, for those of you listening who don't know, FMV is full movie videos, full moving videos, full motion. Thank you. I'm a retard. But anyway,
That's fine. I
any
have the thing under my eyes.
any single one of you cannot tell me you did not enjoy those shooting games in the arcades that were FMV.
They were
That-
cringy as
Yeah, no.
fuck. I'm sorry. I just
They
couldn't take
were,
them.
but
They
that's
weren't
the
fun.
charm.
Like, I don't know. When I'm thinking about video games, I do not think about FMV. Actually, it's very far from FMV.
The same amount of coding takes place, so that's why I consider it as a video game. But yeah, I can understand why people don't really like FMVs. But yeah,
You're supposed to escape reality, not live with it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I
See-
would watch a film.
See, to me though, the games like that are like your B movies. You know, your movies that are so shitty that they're good. That's
Okay, it has a cult reference, basically.
yes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a specific like. I don't expect like anybody to like jump on board the FMV train. It's like a niche group of people that like enjoy the game. For its corniness and cheesiness, especially Night Trap. Night Trap is such a timepiece of the early '90s. It's not even funny.
It was an
It's so-
experiment, and it failed, and she's emulating a failed experiment, which is not a good, you know, strategy.
No, it's so bad that it's good. This is going to be the Sharknado of video games.
Okay,
I
okay,
hope
I can
so.
take that.
But you have to be like, like when you try to do so bad it's good on purpose. It's sort of.
Yeah,
No, but that's the thing. I don't think she's doing it on purpose.
She looks dead ass
What?
serious in that photo. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to say something. Okay, our feminist audience is gone right now, so I can say something very distasteful. But so the whole conspiracy thing about her being like her sleeping her way to the top or sleeping her way for good reviews, like she's not attractive to me. I'm not sure how like reviewers like
Yeah, I don't
yeah
want to say
yeah I'll
something, but
tap that for a good review. Like no, like.
Well, not for nothing.
Hey.
She has that crazy look, which I can attest. Crazy women are crazy in bed.
be
But
that as it
Yeah.
may.
the thing of it is, I don't even get the conspiracy because it's for a review. Who even really cares about reviews nowadays?
I know, especially how skewed IGN's reviews are.
I can't gotta kind of disagree with that. Like some reviews like Total Biscuits or like Angry Joe's right now like really hold a lot of sway.
But the reason why I don't like reviews because it's like the way I think people ruin reviews because of the whole bandwagon situation of like people forget to have their own say or an opinion when they listen to a review. Because I literally like see people comment on a game like, oh, because the so and so said this game sucked, I'm to think this game sucks. So I think I'm more of the opinion like reviews are good for certain people. But it's like I like to look at it myself and like, cause Depression Quest was a bad game. I'm not gonna lie, it was a shitty game, and people.
Wait, did you play it?
Yeah, I played it because that was the time when I just started my other YouTube channel. I was like, I'll get some views off of that because this bitch is getting famous or whatever, and so I was like, yeah, and I was like, this game is shitty. I can't upload this. This is complete trash, and like it was a text adventure game, I believe, about depression and shit. I don't remember. That's how irrelevant it was.
That's
But like bad games, the reason why reviews don't matter because at the end, bad games will eventually show its ugly head. Like you can like get a whole bunch of spammers in Steam saying, "Oh, this game is 10 out of 10," blah blah blah. But like the real people that want to voice their opinions about a bad game will show up. Also, speaking of reviews, fucking Steam's reviews are fucking terrible because they don't really provide any context on if the game is good or not. Just because the way PC games are released, most PC games never work right out the gate. So you get those like bulk of reviews, negative reviews, people saying like, "Oh, it was broken," and it's like I want to know if the game is any good because. Like my copy wasn't broken, so I mean, like it's just
but like that's the PC problem. Like if your game works fine on your system, it will probably not work fine on my Frankenstein like monster that I have here.
That's an aspect that needs to be reviewed about like is the game broken or not. But like that's not everybody doesn't have the same like boot up experience that everybody else has. And the loudest motorcycle just drove past my fucking window.
I was thinking about that.
But yeah.
Yeah, but like Steam reviews have more in common with YouTube comments, in my opinion. You know.
I wish they would like.
Be taken.
I wish it was separated from actual critic reviews to actually the user reviews because like I'm tired of going on Steam to see a game saying mostly positive, but it's just random clickbait bullshit that like PewDiePie or somebody did, and a bunch of like 10-year-olds are like giving it thumbs up because PewDiePie played it, bro. It's a good game. Like fuck off.
And this is why I never pay attention to reviews. Which might I add,
reviewers, you gotta do that.
Which might I add led to me enjoying No Man's Sky while everyone is hating it. So I don't care. I enjoy what I enjoy. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't.
Again, don't listen to reviews. If you if you look at something, because like the same thing with Suicide Squad, I kind of enjoyed Suicide Squad. I didn't think it was worth I believe it's like 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes doesn't know.
Rotten Tomatoes, like a shit post.
Like, because recently I saw Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive last night with a bunch of friends. I enjoyed it. I believe currently right now it's like at a low percentage on Rotten Tomatoes. It's all opinion is subjective.
Can I ask you guys what kind of reviewers are you guys seeing? Because I don't have that experience at all. I keep on like my reviewers that I consult for games are basically very objective about games and not very
IGN is very
No, you should not go on.
yeah,
those gaming
because that's what I'm
sites.
saying.
Those gaming
Like,
sites are bullshit because like they force the journalists to play the game for 30 hours and that will like devour your soul. I don't care who you are, you know. It's just they're forcing these people to play these games. You know what I mean? It's just.
and
You gotta
like,
take YouTubers. YouTubers are the most honest.
well, they're honest in a way where they're biased towards their own likes and preferences. So that's why.
Yeah, that's why it's.
I
just gotta
can
find
agree
the-
with Angry Joe's like statements, but like we don't have the same taste, obviously.
Oh,
So
no,
he's
Angry
going to
Ta-
like certain games that he's going to rate higher certain games that I'm not going to think too fondly of. So it's just that like YouTubers have this sort of level where they can be where they can look at it like this is my review. I'm telling you my opinion on it, and like that's
Yeah.
all setting. That's good. That's good for them. But like as a person who's like looking to buy something, if I don't
just
have the
an
same
honest-
taste as you do, we're not
Right.
going to.
Well, there's other kind of like reviewers. Like for example, do you know The Escapist with whatchamacallit? The Escapist does like perfect reviews about games. Like what's Zero Punctuation. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah.
Segment that the Escapist
Yeah, I know
does,
you're
and it's really objective because the guy says clearly when he doesn't like the game, but he still talks about it objectively and just gives out a nice detailed review about it. Or like also Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit gives like perfect reviews in my opinion because it's really objective. He tells, of course, he's gonna tell you if he liked it or not, but he doesn't hold it against a review. You know what I mean? He doesn't like that I don't know. These kind of like reviewers, for example, are like perfect to like follow. For example, like Total Biscuit did not even shit on No Man's Sky for a long time.
Yeah, but when I'm
Really
talking
good,
about reviews, I'm talking about basically like stuff that gets actually posted in news sources like IGN, Rotten Tomatoes, Polygon to a certain point has like very skewed views that I like. Like I believe they rated like Madden like a 9 out of 10. Like that game's fucking. I played it yesterday. It boots up and it plays like garbage. And it plays like any other sports sim game. It's kind of broken. The graphics aren't super great, but they're like, and it like I can go on a rant about how I think sports sims games should be worth $60 considering they're just updating the graphics a little bit and updating the roster. But
Right.
yeah, it's just that like most major website reviews, I tell people just formulate your own opinion. The reason why I watch Angry Joe's
Exactly.
reviews and like Total Biscuit is just for pure entertainment, just to sort of like see what they thought of it. I don't look towards any review to think, oh, I should buy it because this person liked it or whatnot. Because
But that's the thing, though. Like demos are not a thing anymore in video games. When you buy the game, you run the risk of getting screwed out of 60 euros, like it was for me, for example.
I get all my money back if I didn't like the game. If I didn't like No Man's Sky, I would definitely get my money back because Steam now has this thing where you can return it after if you only
2
play
hours,
2
3
hours of
hours.
it. And even
Yeah,
then,
but
you can like sort of like go up to like you can like email them directly and like. If you really didn't enjoy the game, then you can like talk to other sources. But that's why
Yeah.
I buy physical copies all the time until they stop. Always buy physical copies because if it doesn't work,
can return
or
it.
if I can just return it, be like I didn't enjoy this, I'm going to return this.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
But
You didn't think
honestly,
about that advantage.
the way I see it is, every single person on Earth is different. We all are like snowflakes. I'm a fucking snowflake, all right? We all
could
have our
argue
own...
about that.
We'll do that off podcast. But we're all gonna have a different opinion of the same game. So I don't look into reviews too hard. Just formulate your own opinion about it.
Or even better, like listen to this podcast and follow our advice.
Let's follow all.
We are impartial people, and we have very different opinions. So.
You really don't want to follow my advice because my advice leads to rape whistles and 12-year-old girls. So no.
Listen to my
Oh,
advices
God.
and
It-
spend
even
more
in-
money on my merchandise, please.
Oh God! When you put that together, it sounds even worse than how
Don't
it
put the
did.
fucking thing. It's like you
Like-
don't want some traffic on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you get the wrong sort of views from the people that are like, yeah, 12-year-olds and rape whistles, yeah.
Wow.
Like, oh God, I feel
I
dirty
mean,
even saying that.
a sub is a sub, I guess.
So
That's how you build your empire. Like Hello, my name is the Rapist 43.
Empire build off a rapist.
Get off.
I'm gonna change my new channel is gonna be the unmarked van.
Oh god.
The white van.
As a child, you should be feel ashamed for that coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, you're a fucking father. You should do that.
I mean, I sold my soul a long time ago for a cheeseburger, so fuck it.
I understand. I did too, but it was like a bacon burger. So.
I sold it for a copy of Kingdom Hearts 2.
I know I got a good deal on it. Good deal.
I think Yanni got the best deal.
Yeah, I mean, I got a $60 game at the time out of a soul, so I mean, like...
Yeah.
Oh god. So
technically, yeah, we got screwed, but
so moving
it's a
on
good burger.
to the Olympics took place in Rio.
Really?
Japan took the gold, and we got a little surprise appearance from Mario.
Oh yeah.
That was fucking amazing.
I feel like I don't know what happened to
What?
Japan.
No.
I feel like they lost every sense of like.
But isn't that
I don't
awesome
know.
though? Like I mean,
I felt
I
a bit sad for them, you know.
Why? I think it's
I'm just
great.
hoping that the Tokyo Olympics aren't gonna all be like Mario themed. Like,
No.
I don't know. They kind of sold their like they had so many other things that they could put like I don't know ceremonial like
Hentai?
dresses. They could even hentai. It's still.
but Mario though, like because more people outside
Mario
of
is like an
Japan.
Italian plumber.
But-
Okay, he's Italian.
See,
technically.
but you think of Mario, you think of Japan. You can't tell me you think of Italy when you think of Mario.
The thing is, like,
Yeah, I
you
can.
have it. I know a lot of people
They're
call
tons.
Mario who are plumbers in Italy because my father is Italian, and so like.
Yes,
Italian
but not,
and,
but not the Mario Brothers. I'm sorry. I think of Mario Brothers. I think of Japan because they've all. That's just where Mario Brothers comes from.
I don't know. I don't think like a country should identify it because like at that point like France would be Rayman. You know what I mean? It's just it's stupid.
No, but that
No,
no,
France would
that's
be
the
whack
thing.
too.
Whack
Baguette
foo.
people.
Yeah, we baguette people with like thin mustaches.
That would make more sense though, because the world knows France as baguettes, and the world knows Japan as Mario.
I was
Just like-
Just arrogant dude. Oh, I'm a
Just like-
French.
I'm surprised the Americans didn't pull out a fat guy with toting some guns and like popping out a baby.
Yeah, on a
I didn't realize how strong that stereotype was. Like, I visited England in May for a study abroad program, and I was like in the dorms, and they were asking me, like, the British kids were like, "So many guns do you own?" I'm like, I mean, yeah, I own a gun, but that's because I hunt and stuff, not because I'm just a fucking patriot.
I mean,
like,
it seemed because
Not
like
Even
like
you're
a
saying you're patriot because you have the gun.
you're fucking shooting guns. Like, because we get Americans coming up in Canada all the time, be like,
Yeah.
like surprised that a Walmart doesn't sell guns because I'm like, why would a Walmart sell a fucking gun
It's
to?
weird that when I see one that doesn't sell ammo, to be fair.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
still,
I
why
don't
would
know.
you
I
buy?
don't
Because when I think Walmart, I don't think, hey, you can get guns here as well. No, like, what the fuck?
Dude, they have everything, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Walmart has.
And rape
I mean,
whistles.
You could probably buy a kid in a Walmart in the
No
US.
fucking problem.
Oh, definitely.
That's true.
You just got to go to the right Walmart.
The
That's
food
Yeah.
aisle, of course.
See, I've been to Canada quite a few times because I'm from Michigan, so like it's a 45-minute trip over to Windsor. I don't see that big of differences. Maybe it's just because like Windsor's right on the border, but
There's a huge difference. Like, if you like live, like, just stay there for a week, you would like notice the huge difference.
Huh.
Like, it's like how stuff is pronounced as well as what is
Right. Oh,
appropriate and
yeah.
what's not appropriate. Like once you actually living in Canadian society, it's actually much different than American society.
Yeah,
Which I was
can
surprised as a Canadian going to America thinking like, oh, basically just the same, but no.
Speaking of, I think someone needs to send me a plate of poutine because I need some right now. Just saying.
That will not travel, and
Not travel well.
so
I
good
mean-
though.
I mean, send me peanut butter. I can't fucking get enough
You
of
get
it.
peanut butter?
Or jerky.
On
I've
a
never had jerky in my
Oh,
life,
yeah.
and I want to taste it.
Oh, it's so good.
Jerky's great.
So
But
wanna fucking
I just
taste
saw an ad for poutine Hot Pockets.
it. Oh,
What?
God.
That sounds disgusting. I'm sorry.
That sounds like an unholy combination.
I want it in my face now.
Oh god, that sounds like Diarrhea City right there.
I mean, I'm not
Oh,
arguing with you, but it would be worth it.
I
just saw the Walmart near my house just got into stock deep fried Twinkies in the freezer aisle.
Oh fuck yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm totally down.
Oh, that sounds because I've been to American State Fair. I was like, that's the huge difference between like America and Canada is because the foods might be sort of similar, but the portions and like how it's like served is like completely different.
Oh yeah.
In
And
France, you go to a restaurant, you just die of hunger.
I one time ate deep fried butter at a fair.
Oh, that sounds disgusting. Oh.
Stop making me gag, please.
No, it's actually, believe it or not, it was good. It wasn't what I thought it was, and it's not what you're thinking it was. It's basically fried dough, and they put a tiny little bit of butter on the inside, so it's almost like a chicken Kiev where it explodes out of it. So it's
Not that bad though.
it's not as bad as it sounds, but still, I could say that I ate deep fried
like-
butter.
It's like a Twinkie with butter instead of cream.
Yeah.
Because that just reminds me of when my little brother got like, because we had the squirtable butter. I don't know how we had squirtable butter, but he just like opened his mouth, squirted like a whole.
Oh my god! Stop.
My heart starts hurting when I hear that. Oh,
Oh.
Oh
squirtable.
man, that's nasty.
I'm actually pretty
Quick,
hungry.
Yanni,
so-
change the subject. We need to
Yeah,
get that
what's
one.
the next subject?
That, by the way, that I think was worse than the rape whistle 12-year-old.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's how our priorities are straight,
Like,
guys.
Yeah,
That's good.
engorging yourself on food, put yourself on a higher totem pole as opposed to rape whistles. Okay, I see how this podcast is going to go, but
Well, if you're squeezing pure butter in your face, that's a little.
that's a little worse than
Butter
rape.
fight!
But at least we can cheer ourselves up because the PlayStation 4 Slim is here. We have some actual not footage, but actual pictures of what the PS4 Slim is going to look like. I think it looks ugly, but
Yeah?
Unpopular opinion here. When I'm buying a console, I could not be fucking bothered by how thin it is. And it's the same thing with phones too.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
phones more so. Okay, I've got a phone. It's the Droid Turbo 2. So it's like decently thin. But I'd rather have a phone that's thicker and have a battery that lasts for fucking ever than this thin, paper thin phone where I have to charge it every 5 hours.
Yeah,
And
functional
with
reform.
consoles even more so. It's like it's sitting on your desk or on your entertainment center. It doesn't need to be, razor thin. It's not meant to be portable. It's meant to be a set thing. That's why it's a console, not a portable.
Especially in this day and age with everyone there's nothing but wireless controllers.
Right.
So half the people out there hide away their PlayStation in a cupboard or something.
Right,
You
and it's
know?
like my PS4 already gets hot as hell as it is. I'd rather you make it bigger, give it better airflow and a better processor. That's gonna
Although
it takes more space, but I don't know.
the one thing I have to say about it was the picture where it shows like the little things that it rests on the table with, being the circle, the square, the X, and the triangle. That made me hard.
Props on them.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
I don't know. Like the Xbox One is too goddamn heavy. I would just make it like a moderate weight.
Where are you taking it?
It's not.
But it's so fucking heavy. Like I literally put it on my table, and my table was almost buckling from the support of the extra weight that the Xbox One was putting onto
That's
it.
not a table. That's like a T-shirt on the ground. I don't know.
It's just so fucking heavy.
But
And it has a power brick. Why is it that huge and it still has external power source on the outside? That's the one thing I actually like, because the Xbox One S is like the perfect size for a console.
Even if it was like a giant box, I wouldn't really care about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with Cobra and
Can't be
flying on this
bothered.
one.
I don't like huge obstructing things in my cabinet because I already have a cable box. I already have a PlayStation. Well, because this is a first world problem for when you have too many systems.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just like when you get this huge massive thing and you don't know where to fucking put it, and it's just like it's so huge and obstructive. Like,
Dude, but you're in a first world problem. Go to fucking IKEA, get a new entertainment system. You're fine.
no,
Or
see,
maybe
that's-
I get a better
Skill.
cupboard.
Better
Nice
yet,
cupboard
skill and
now.
milk crate.
There
Or
you
make your
go.
own. That's so cool.
That's the American way. How about
Yeah.
Pinterest is so good.
Merc.
Become Abe Lincoln.
just make more space for your fat consoles. We only
Exactly.
sell fat. I do like fat consoles. I just don't like them being too heavy because I don't like lifting things. Like the
Honestly, the number
PlayStation
of
3,
cables aren't diminish.
the original PlayStation 3, the
Oh
Fat
my
Boy.
God.
I love that one.
That one was sexy.
Yeah, the Fat Boy. I like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
The
that's
fat
the thing.
PlayStation 2, the fat
Boy.
the fat
goat.
PlayStation 3.
Although nothing, that being said about the fat consoles, nothing will beat the form of the GameCube.
Yeah, it had a handle and everything.
GameCube,
Convenient.
oh,
The,
yeah, it was
handle
But that
was win.
That was like meant to be.
That was the
simple
worst.
portable,
That was
though.
the worst design, though. Come on, it's all admit. It was the worst design. A
I mean-
square is so hard to fit anywhere compared to like your console.
I mean, get used to Nintendo designing
rectangle.
poorly made consoles because, like,
Nintendo's the worst. Nintendo's the worst at designing consoles.
I'm
Hands
going to say
down.
Nintendo's the worst with their fucking
That's
optimized
Smash,
bullshit.
Oh yeah.
All I know is I still think, maybe it's because I grew up with it or whatever, but I think the PlayStation 1 was one of the sexiest ones. Or, as a side choice on it, the Virtual Boy.
Oh,
Virtual
thing that-
Boy looks like a grill.
Dude, I'm probably one of the only living fans of the Virtual Boy.
yeah, because they were all killed by wearing the Virtual Boy. They
I
had
don't even
saw
know
it
features.
what you're
in
talking
York.
about, to be honest.
I'd never seen one in person before, and I went to New York City. They have that, like, you know, not Pokemon, Nintendo
Store.
Yeah.
store or whatever. That's not really a store. It's just like a mini museum.
Mhm.
But anyway, I saw
There's
the
a store
Virtual
there you can
a
buy
lot.
stuff.
Yeah, not that much though.
Holy shit! It was like an Oculus Rift.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
actually played it back in the day. I had one for a
smaller
little
than
while.
Oculus.
Yeah, it sucked.
With sick
Yeah.
vector graphics.
Did it give you,
Directly.
like, bad migraines and everything too?
Yeah, and nosebleeds and
It's
shit
go
like
Isn't it
that.
all red?
Jesus,
Don't
nosebleeds.
Well, I mean, you know,
IRL.
you have to think about the technology they were working with. They basically
Right.
had 2 Game Boy screens inside the thing. So you were
Yeah.
just...
It was
it's-
probably 2 Game Boys like scuffed together.
Just strapped in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, but let's talk about the Power Glove, though. I'm not even sure how the Power Glove
Yo.
even works. I had it,
Power-
plugged it in and everything. I didn't know for the life of me how it worked when I was younger.
Dude, did you program it?
I was like 10 or 9 years old. I didn't know how to
You
program
had
a
to,
goddamn.
you had to program it. There were numbers. There was a list. And what you do is there was a list of all the games for Nintendo, and you had different codes. There were 3-digit codes for each game, and it had different programmed in, you know, things. Like, say it was a racing game. You would control it by moving your hand left and right. It was shitty, but it was neat as hell.
That's before my time.
That was almost before my time. I just had older siblings that got into that shit. I wouldn't know about half of the stuff if it wasn't for my older siblings not sharing video games with me. I'm still
wanna
bitter.
talk
yeah,
about-
when they just plugged in the controller, but not yours. Oh man, that
Yeah.
was the best.
You want to talk about a nifty peripheral they had? Rob the Robot
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
I just remember from that racist bit from that one movie. What was it? Short Circuit.
Oh
It's that racist white guy pretending to be an Indian dude. That was like, that's the only thing I get from when I think about that fucking robot, and then I think about the Short Circuit movie, and I think about racist accents, and then I think about food. Oddly enough,
It always comes back to food.
It goes back to poutine already.
yeah.
Of course.
Teen is like the base of life. Of this
God.
podcast only, so.
Oh god, I haven't had poutine in like almost a year. It's about time.
I wish
You're
I
like
had to, too,
failing your
like,
Canadian
altogether.
citizenship right there.
No, I mean, like, why would you overindulge yourself on something that's here like 24/7?
Dude, if I lived there, I'd have poutine at least
Again.
once a
Oh,
day.
but you would get
American
tired
way.
of it.
No.
Nah,
No, that's
I
the
never
thing.
get tired of Mexican food.
I get tired of Mexican
That I
food
would
after
be
one
cut.
time.
I tried tacos recently. Maybe it's the place that was like disgusting.
No,
or...
Europeans can't do Mexican food right.
Yeah, I
I-
fully agree with that.
When we were in Liverpool, we like seeked out Mexican food, and it was awful.
Yeah,
The
because there's no
only-
Mexicans in Europe.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably
will
does
I will
that.
give you one counterpoint to that actually is the Mediterranean can do a damn good taco.
Hmm.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
So and
I
that's
haven't had
European.
one then.
Mediterraneans are the best. You know.
Well, yeah, but you say all of your you said a European. That's European. Point
No,
proven.
I guess
Damn.
technically.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I can never get tired of fucking Chinese food. I can, like
Oh,
tonight.
Chinese?
That's going to be my meal. Tiny Chinese food.
Same though. Stir fry from yesterday.
Fuck yeah.
College.
Get some egg foo young probably. Some.
Ooh. Dude, fried dumplings.
Can we please go away? Get away from this topic?
Yeah,
It's
can we
just
stop
making me
talking
hungry.
about food? I'm starving.
Yeah, there's I live like right above a Chinese food place, so it's so
Yeah.
after I'm getting some, but
Yeah, I got a few restaurants myself. It's a torture when you're hungry.
but let's move off of that food topic and talk about Assassin's Creed possible remaster. But apparently they're only remastering the
So let's go
Ezio,
back
the
to food.
Ezio.
Let's go back to
Yeah, let's go back. I don't know. I like Assassin's Creed, the earlier version. So if they plan
Yeah.
on remastering it for the modern consoles or the PC, then I'm down for it.
it's just a
Yeah.
cash grab. It's
I
not
mean,
like
it is, but
Oh yeah. Any of these
Skyrim
remasters
remastered, Halo remastered.
well, remaster for PC makes me laugh though.
I know.
I
I
think
just have to change the quests a little bit and just add a few more inside, you know? Like a few more
Bioshock.
random quests, you know what I mean?
See, to me, the whole remastering system is like it's a double-edged sword because okay, if you have a company like the Ubisoft makers of Assassin's Creed who can throw 100 random people at remastering someone without affecting anything else they're doing, then go for it, do it. You know, but if you're talking about a smaller company where rather than making a new game, they go back and remaster something, that's where I have an issue.
Right.
Well, remastering must not be too hard because you got basically a few artists on the team, but the coding must be pretty much the same, right?
Yeah, it's just updating graphics and texture.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a company of like 15 people,
As well as bug
big max,
fixes.
you know.
Hmm.
It's like an easy way to get some money. I feel like,
I mean, I liked Rare Replay on the
and it's a good PR
Xbox
move.
One.
Mm.
Thought it was fun.
Hmm. Yeah, Rare Replay did it because they did the remastered in a way that was very clever.
Yeah,
like how they set
did
up
it-
their menus and their screens and stuff. It was
Mhm.
like, and they and there was a problem with what they did with what Rare Replay did with the. Hold on, it seems like we have a special guest joining us right now, and I'm hearing echoes of myself.
Yeah. I mean, I would have played just Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, that's
You got
a
a
great
remastered
game.
version of that one. That's pretty
That'd be
nice.
sick.
Hmm. Yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day was like was a good game, but like yeah, as I was saying, like how they like set up the borders and stuff for games that aren't
Yeah.
1080 quality, they set up the borders to have the like nice sleek design of what the game is about. They even not remasters, but they ported their old games
Yeah.
like the.
Mhm.
Like their first stuff, like Spaceman or whatever it is.
Mhm.
Jumpman.
Yeah, Jumpman.
Scissor Drake.
Oh, man.
Oh god, that song is so annoying. It gets on my nerves, but
I have a friend who is obsessed with Drake. He plays that all the fucking time.
it's so catchy because it's only like him just saying Jumpman, and I just keep.
I know. Anyway, man, we get off topic a lot.
Yeah, we do. But that's what's the good thing about this podcast. We
Yeah,
get off
you know.
topic, but we go back on to the source of
Eventually.
what we're talking about. But
Which is, of course, rape whistles.
Yeah,
yeah, just
we
got
tried to
That's
sell
taking
them after all.
anything
We're like
good.
sponsored by them, so
And we gotta sell more.
And today's bullshit sponsor of today is Rape Whistles.
Yeah, it's not even the name of the company.
Companies.
We just gotta go with it, you know.
Johnson's.
I'm looking for the company right now.
Vigilant.
God, that's horrible. That's like really.
Oh, it's not even a whistle. It's like a button you press.
It's a button that you press that explodes all
Yeah.
rapists in the area.
If you buy the Vigilant, it's $15.99 on Amazon. Buy Vigilant 130 decibel wearable personal protection alarm with backup whistle and neck lanyard. There you go.
No, it's
Alright.
it's like a Loot Crate sponsorship. Today's theme for this month is Rape Whistle.
I've got one here. It's pretty damn loud. They say it's loud, and they're not kidding.
We can do unboxings on our channels. Rape Whistles.
Get a coffee, no fucking problem.
Make everyone go deaf.
Save
Oh my
10% now on your Reap whistle. Use code 0RAPES. That's
Oh
code
God,
0RAPES.
that fits so well. Oh my God.
Oh my
Exactly.
god.
Anyway,
Hey, kid.
All right, so now we're down at the segment. We used up all our, we didn't use up. We went through the news today, but now we have a question. You guys can send in your questions. You can email me at mightybastardsgaming@gmail.com, where you can
Did we
email.
actually get a question?
This was a question from a friend of mine, so it was listed in the docket. He listened to the podcast. He would like to know which game IP would do better belonging to a different developer.
I got one. The Tony Hawk series. The only this is coming from someone that actually skateboards a lot. The only skateboarding series that's been good,
skate.
besides like the old Tony Hawk games, yeah, exactly, is Skate. Those games are very well done.
Yes.
Physics close as you're gonna get to like real skateboarding physics.
Yeah, not like when you crash and just shoot straight up into
Right.
the air.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its gimmicks, and I get that Tony Hawk Pro Skater's supposed to be, a little cartoony, but they try to make it realistic, and if they want to make it realistic, they got to go 100% real. So I'd say if you gave a Tony Hawk Pro Skater to, Black Box and EA and all that, that'd be the best one to do.
That's a good one.
Speaking of EA, bring back EA Big. Remember EA
Yes.
Big, and they had cool sports games. They had NBA Street, NFL Street.
Oh,
Street.
yeah, that's right. FIFA Street.
Yeah, it's like bring that back
All
along
your
with.
Europeans.
No, you know what would be nice? Does anyone remember Pigskin Football?
I don't know what
Yes.
that means.
I
Dude,
think
do
I
a remake
remember
of that. It was a football game. They had it in the arcade, and I believe it was for Nintendo or a Super Nintendo. But it was a football game, but it was all skeletons and goblins and things like
it was
that.
like fantasy football.
Yeah,
but- like
it was real time, and you would, there would be people killing each other and stuff. There were like holes in the ground that you had to run around and shit like that. It was a fun game. They need to bring something like that back.
All right, so yeah, who's next? Who wants to answer the question next?
I don't know. I can't think about like.
All right, well, I actually have two answers, so I'll take your answer, Flan. One thought I had, see, I went kind of in a different direction with this question. I went with what game I'd like to see by what developer, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily like a bad game or whatever, but does anyone know who Edward McMillan is? Or Edwin McMillan? He did Binding of
Sounds
Isaac.
familiar. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He made Binding of Isaac. I would like to see him turn something like the Binding of Isaac, but into a bigger scope RPG, like a Fallout or something like
Okay.
that. I think that would be an amazing combo. The other one that I came up with, and now I can't think of the game, so why don't you go, Yanni, and I will.
Yes, just throwing that one out there.
Yeah.
Mine would
Oh,
be.
please.
It would be simple. I would give my. I would actually do what I would do is give Castlevania over to WayForward. Basically, what WayForward do is they've mostly been putting out small platforming games and stuff like that.
Okay.
I believe they're only a publisher. I think they develop some of the games, but yeah, just give it to them and just like produce some more of the like 2D pixel art Castlevania platforming games. Like, give me some of that. Like, I don't want my Lords of Fallen or whatever the fuck that recent
Yep.
Castlevania game was. Just bring that back. Give it over to them. They can like produce some more games like that. Apparently,
Definitely.
Igarashi is coming up with a new Castlevania-like game called Bloodstained. So interested
Huh.
in that. But like, yeah, just bring. I'm just like I miss. I hate that everybody's like trying to make games bigger than what they're supposed to be. I'm tired of like seeing like,
Word.
oh, we're going to change Mega Man, make him 3D, and like add this
Yeah.
new shit. Like just stick to tradition because that's what you're good at.
Yeah.
Man.
And I actually thought of my other answer. I would love to see. Okay, I love the shit out of Borderlands. I think it's an amazing series. I would love to give Borderlands to Square Enix, because I think if you take the writing in Borderlands and put it in a Final Fantasy game, that would be the most amazing Western RPG.
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be pretty impressive.
You know, I've thought about an answer. Because
Alright.
most of my answers revolve around Blizzard, of course, because they do awesome games. But I was thinking about this game that was like a bit underrepresented. Underrepresented. Is that the right word? Do you guys know Master of Orion?
I've heard of it.
Okay, well, fuck you. I'm the only guy who knows SCRs here, do I?
I've heard of it, but I haven't played it before, so
Yeah, I
I know
haven't
what you're
played it
talking
either.
about.
Okay, how about Myth, for example?
I loved Myth.
Myth is the fucking best. I wish they gave it to which fuck.
Are you-
or
Are you talking Myth or Mist?
Myth?
Yeah, Myth. I loved it. It was like
The
a
Fallen
strategy.
Lords.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was the fucking best.
that was a great game.
I wish they gave it to Blizzard and made a strategy game out of it, but like
They-
a serious one, you know?
They would do an amazing job with that
It would
game.
be
I
so
agree with you.
great.
Yeah.
Like they're good at strategy games. They, like clearly.
For anyone who doesn't know what Myth is, it was basically think like Age of Empires or things like that, Command and Conquer, even that type of game.
Yeah, but it was squad management only.
Right, exactly.
basically.
There wasn't bases, there was none of that. You had your squad and you had to do
Not
a
even
mission.
squad. It was like an army. It was like an army, and you basically had to like go through these missions, very basic. But the storytelling in that game,
Mhm.
I have rarely been like so shaken by a game that good. You know, just the storytelling. Every time you end a mission, there's like this beautiful like hand drawn like image of like on like some kind of weird old manuscript, from the Middle Ages. But not even Middle Ages, like a bit lower than that, about these proud warriors trying to like go through these giant battles, all the veterans, huddling around the fire, talking about like the campaign and stuff. It was such a great game, and it had zombies in it, so if that's
Yeah,
not
and
plus.
well, another really nifty thing they did in that game was they from mission to mission, like your dudes had names, and you
and they
would
carried
see
over.
like
It was
exactly
so
you'd see
cool.
this dude has been through 5-6 fights, he's killed this many people, blah blah blah, and it would like they'd start getting
Better,
visibly badass.
Yeah, like the archers at
Like
the first, they
stars
just
stuff.
throw like completely at random. They actually hit their teammates more than often. But then, like, once they've been trained and hardened by, through battle and blood shed by the enemies, you just saw these badass archers that just hit everything without fail. And then you had the dwarves that just basically killed your whole army. But yeah.
I like how everything
Such
is
a
like
good game.
going over my head because like I didn't have this experience with that
Yeah.
game.
Never heard of this game.
If you grew up with PC games, basically their favorite games are going to be like STRs.
Mhm.
Strategy games and like role-playing games, most of them, adventure
I've never
games.
played Age until college.
Oh god.
I just started playing video games yesterday. I just started my YouTube channel yesterday. I just like picked up my first video game. It's pretty awesome.
Well, to be honest, like I'm starting to play console games from back then, so like I'm in that kind of situation. So
Mhm.
like for the first time, I'm actually playing console games, which is a bit weird. because I've never touched a console game before, except like Modern Warfare once.
Yeah, I think I'm going to ask one more question. I kind of thought of this off the fly. As I mentioned before to you guys that are listening in, if you guys have any messages that you want to give to us concerning the podcast, if you just want to say, hey, what's up, or if you want to give us questions, you can always leave a comment on the video, or you can send a message to mightybastardsgaming@gmail.com. And I will get to it, and we will answer those questions for you. But the second question I want to ask is, overall, what is your guys' favorite console? PC out of it. What is your favorite console?
Are you talking just like, would you lump all of the PlayStations together, or are you
No,
talking...
I'm talking about like because there's objectively better PlayStations than other ones.
Yes. No,
so
I'm with...
How about handhelds also count?
Everything that's like everything handhelds, consoles, everything besides PC, because PC is in this weird region where it's like you can play console games on your PC if you get an emulator. So
PC Master Race. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Doug.
You just joined it, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Already, you smug bastard.
Hey, I did have a laptop that could run some stuff.
Okay. No, that's cool.
I'd say as mine, tough, but I'd probably say the GameCube. Part of it's just because, like, I grew up with the GameCube. I mean, my first console was the N64, but... like, I grew up playing the GameCube. That's when I, like, started really getting into video games more. That and I play Smash, like, far too much to, like, not have GameCube probably be, like, my top console of all time.
I'm gonna go with Game Boy SP. Like, the Game Boy Color was really nice. It's like a really close match between those two. But the Game Boy SP had this, the background illumination, which was such a huge thing back then, and it was actually really slim.
Yeah,
and actually had batteries, that you could recharge. So it had all the fucking perks.
Plus, didn't it also add in the shoulder buttons?
Yes.
Yeah, plus that, and it had so many good games on it that like.
And you can actually close the screen so it won't fucking break. I'm tired of like putting stuff in my pocket and it breaks.
Exactly, it was really solid. It still works today if I plugged it in. Well, if I actually could find it. And yeah, it was overall the best fucking like handheld gaming device I've ever had. Even like it tops phones today, in my opinion. Like if they made more games for it, I'd just still be playing with that handheld.
I have a tough one with this because I've loved almost every console ever. They've all had their charm for me, but I think one of my favorite moments surrounding a console has to be when the N64 came out, because I was a little kid and I'm loving the Nintendo, and I hear things about the N64 coming out. Then all of a sudden I go by they had a cyber cafe in the mall by my house. I happen to go by and I look in the window and someone's playing Mario 64 on a Japanese N64, like that they imported just so people can play it. And this is like months and months before it hit US. So I shit my pants right there. I went straight into the store, waited behind the dude, and I ended up playing like a few hours of Mario 64 in Japanese before it came out. And just that moment, it was like, I don't know, it just, to this day, I still have tingles.
I don't, for me, because specifically on when I got into actual video games was the PlayStation 2 era, because technically I was old enough to be gotten into games when the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64 came out. It's just that when you have older siblings, you don't play the games at all. You don't get to to play it at all. So what my favorite console is, the PlayStation 2, just because I can name like 20 games that I've played and beaten that are great and I love them. Jak and Daxter, Jak 2, Ratchet and Clank, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. They also Resident Evil was also released on those on that platform as well. It was just like, and the library for the PlayStation 2 was just so huge. I know it's a generic answer because I know like at least 20 people that can just like say the PlayStation 2 is their favorite because of like just like how many games they produced and how many good quality games. Also, Final Fantasy X came out on PlayStation
Yes.
2. I didn't like Final
G-
Fantasy 12, so it didn't.
GTA 4.
Yeah, GTA 4. Most of the Grand Theft Auto games
Sorry,
came
3.
out. Oh yeah, GTA 3, San Andreas, and
Yep. Vice City.
Vice City all came
Yeah,
out for the
had
PlayStation.
so many games that console.
Yeah.
Honestly, Vice City is probably one of my favorite games of all time.
I like San Andreas because I like the music better.
I like
See,
that. Well, there was that train section. I remember my cousin, like, on Christmas, we would play that game and that fucking train mission. Damn it, CJ! I fucking... It's like such a nightmare for us. We had bad PTSD from that.
See, Yanni, that's the exact reason that I love Vice City so much. There's just something very satisfying about driving around, you know, a Miami-looking place, listening to the 80s-est music you could possibly listen. Like, it was so 80s, I loved it.
Yeah, I don't know, because I just like 90s hip-hops and R&B so much that, like, that's the reason why I like that. That's the reason why I like San Andreas, just for the music. They had Tupac, Biggie,
That's
and all that
true.
stuff. And it's
Hell
like,
yeah, they did.
it's just like going just back. It's just like, just bringing back memories of the 90s, because, like, that's when I was, like, a little kid, and it was, like, the best.
Word. If I can actually touch on one thing about that real quick, I am a little upset. I think Rockstar should have by now updated the soundtrack for GTA 5. Just give them something, because I
Something
mean,
more, yeah, because it's starting to get old hearing all the same
It-
songs, yeah.
I usually play my own phone music.
right? No, me too, because it got old years ago. Like,
Well,
Wait, don't you
not
like the
only
selection,
when they
or-
chose the music,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't good.
No, there's
Right.
like a good songs right there. I really like
there's,
some
I
of
mean,
them.
there's a good mix, but the thing of it is, this game has had an unbelievable lifespan for a video game, and
Right.
by
Basically-
now it's stale.
Really.
I think it's the games that they chose, or the
I think
songs
it's the
that they
copyright,
chose.
especially.
Yeah.
I think.
See,
Gotta
but the
be
thing,
hard to, like-
the thing of it is though, like it would not matter at this point what songs they chose, because if you're playing the game that much, like you're hearing the same song over and over again, even if you like the same song, if you hear it 3 times every single night, it gets old.
Yeah. No, I'm perfectly like, yeah, I understand your
You
point.
should be able to link your Spotify account with your. Like,
Yeah, it would be
yes,
nice if you
yeah.
could choose your songs, and
Yeah.
there's like
Yes.
on Reddit there'd be like awesome lists, you know, to choose from.
Or just have an actual radio station with actual DJs and stuff.
No,
That
don't
would be
do
too
that.
much
It's the same
copyright
thing.
bullshit. That like.
No, plus it's the same thing. Like,
No.
did you hear a radio station? My brother used to like take 2 hours of a car ride to go to like at his university. So that
That's
basically
true.
meant 4 hours of like transit. And
Yeah.
he kept on listening to his 15 same songs on the radio. It was the same thing all
Okay.
the time.
Yeah, the
So
radio
just
has
do
a habit
one
of just
of
like
this.
I hear like the same Justin Bieber song like 8 times on the
Oh, yeah,
radio.
it's-
Like
you
it's
will never
not even
escape.
funny. That's why I'm saying
Like,
link something like a
anything.
Spotify account where it's like you can
Alright.
change the music yourself. And plus, it has music that like, because I guarantee even if GTA updated their music, it wouldn't be anything that I would really like. They probably update like it to like the new, what's current nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
and
Maybe
stuff,
you could
but
add the old GTA songs, you know? Just add all the
that would be like a
old ones.
copyright nightmare trying to get people.
Yeah.
trying to,
Well, maybe you can mod the game in a way that
Copyright
it's
stuff,
easy to
though.
like, you know, add songs by yourself. So it would be legal on our side, but it would be perfectly legal on the
This is-
GTA side.
This just brings it back to like, why can't I play my music and play a game
Yeah.
at the same time on my console?
What console was it that they did that? It was PS3, right?
I think it was PS3 and I believe Xbox 360 had that as well.
360.
Yeah, I think so.
You only did it if you had it on a thumb drive, though.
Oh, yeah, well, it's still they incorporated in some way, but like
And OS.
like I can do that right now on my computer. I can like open up Spotify in the background and play some games, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone could do that. Just turn on the radio and turn down the sound of the game, or turn down the music. But I'm saying it's. I don't know.
No,
it's
you know, it's not the same thing. You know, you just want to enter a car and hear your favorite song. Is that too hard to ask? I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to mod that anyway. you
Yeah,
know?
there's probably someone. Hell, they got a fucking Iron Man mod in GTA, so I'm pretty sure
man.
they can fucking make you play your favorite
It's just like a
Hatsune Miku music
Karzuka
or
somewhere
whatever.
in there.
All anime music all the time station. See, that's what I want. I want goofy mods that add in like your like random like country music stations or like
Or the,
random like.
Almost a train mod in
No,
Skyrim.
just that it's
Oh god,
possible
that's
to like
terrifying.
furnish.
All right, so this wraps it up for this week's podcast. We talked about a whole bunch of shit. We went on a whole bunch of tangents. We talked about inappropriate stuff that's probably going to hunt us later in our YouTube futures. But,
Yeah, and don't forget, if you want to get your rape whistle, it's them mighty bastards at... No, I'm kidding. I forget what the email was.
yes, yes, you can't even do that. Then a whole bunch of people are going to message me like, "Hey, I heard you had a rape whistle." But it's that time where we wrap
Southern
up.
accent, that's even better.
Yeah, it's the time where we wrap up the podcast. Everybody can pimp their own channel out right now.
Now, are we talking pimp your channel like, is Exhibit going to come out and, like, redo my channel?
Maybe
Well,
I
actually-
don't know. Maybe
I'd be okay
Well,
with
actually, we might hold a tournament where you can support your favorite YouTubers on this podcast.
That's true.
A chivalry fight where we will go on a wait.
There's 4 of us here. 4.
I don't know if actually Cobra has the game.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, well,
it has been proven that flying does not do good at math. So that's
it's
okay.
not good. And I'm studying math. That's the worst part.
Ouch.
Uh,
Yeah. It's just my brain goes on like weekends.
Yeah, it's as Flying Iguana was stating, we are going to be doing chivalry type things. So check out each of one of our channels.
Best of 5. That's the fucking word I was looking for.
Best of 5. We're going to be versing each other in chivalry, so watch out for those videos. As well as me and Flying Iguana have a series going on for Resident Evil 6. Hopefully that's going to be uploaded either tonight, Friday night,
I don't
or
think so.
Friday night or Saturday afternoon or whatever. But yeah, we're going to start doing that. We recorded like almost over 3 hours of content, so we got videos for you guys. Trust me.
We got videos for days.
That's vids for days.
And then maybe if we can get some matches going, me and Jesse can do something with Tabletop Simulator later on.
Hell yeah.
But
I wish I had that game. Fuck. I
yeah.
would love playing some of those games inside.
You know what? It might be your lucky day because I have an extra key because I just got a message. Okay, so I'm going to explain this to the podcast and
the
you
other
guys.
one worked? Oh my god.
So they sent me 2 keys because like one of them didn't work, and I messaged them before the podcast, be like, "Hey, this key didn't work." So what they did is they messaged me and they sent me 2 keys for Tabletop Simulator. So you might be lucky. This might be your lucky day. You might get an extra.
Shit.
You get a key, and you get a key, and
Oh
you
my
get a
god!
Everybody
Now we can
gets a
play
key.
chess all together. We're
Wait.
gonna play chess though because I would love to play that game again.
I don't think 3-way chess is gonna be.
No, there's just
Okay.
one guy just sitting there
Oh.
and watching, just like ready to
Yeah.
flip the table.
You can be like counting the minutes each time, like someone's like.
Like
taking
every
too
time
long,
someone dies, you can flick the
You got that
chess
personal
bits out of the way.
privilege.
There's always that, like I watch a chess tournament and like they like the precision that they do when they move a piece and then they quickly slap the clock. Like I
Like
think
the
that's
clock.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
the
you're
most
you're
stupid
saying
thing.
the person not playing has to be the clock, and you slap them, and they
Just
take
slap the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like,
I vote I'm not the clock. Just saying.
yeah, same.
I'm definitely
Guys,
not
we're gonna
being
have
the
to.
clock.
Are you guys even taking this seriously, guys? We're playing high level like chess right here. Okay. Not-
Is the keyword in that high?
You know what? I want to play Secret Hitler
I'm
because
just
I
saying,
keep.
Bobby Fischer is gonna attend this fucking tournament.
Oh God, I
Dead,
saw
but,
that
no.
documentary.
You revived him.
He's no big deal. I could beat Bobby Fischer in the
Or
chess.
in a fist fight, of course. but,
Yeah,
like,
in the fist fight. Yeah.
intellectually, I don't know about that.
I could probably beat him in rape whistle blowing.
Oh God, I'm sure I can beat him. Like, straight up beat him. until he.
Nice.
The word rape whistle has been said so many times in this podcast that even if I
Such
wanted
a
to edit
catchy-
that word out, it's so
Such a
baked
catchy
in.
word, though.
Hey guys,
Rape
can
whistle,
someone
rape
out
whistle,
there
rape whistle, rape
listening?
whistle.
Can someone out there listening please count how many times we said the words rape whistle and send that to me at PlayerTwo insert coin on at YouTube.
No, send it to the nearest feminist you see. Link them this podcast
Yes, so
and
we
just
can get,
watch
like,
them
bad-
get angry.
Oh my god, we could create false controversy, thus creating
Yes.
publicity.
Yeah,
Can we start beef with someone like?
yeah. Leafy, call you up. No.
Keemstar, we're coming after you.
Yeah, I
No,
don't.
or we can just start out with Leafy and just almost eating our microphone here.
I don't feel like a
What's
bunch
up,
of 10 year.
guy?
I don't want a whole bunch of 10-year-olds coming
No.
to my channel and flagging it and shit. So
What's that chick that's like she does the videos but she's super trigger warning this and that, don't you dare assume gender. She's very Tumblr if that makes sense.
you know what?
Yeah,
I'm
she's-
actually really
She's
interested.
the Tumblr kind.
Which one?
The Tumblr bitch. That's her name. Tumblr bitch.
No,
Tumblr
don't
bitch?
call that. Don't call her that. That's
Dude,
just,
what's her name though?
that's just wrong.
If you're a bitch, you're a bitch. If I'm an asshole, I want you to call me an asshole. Like I don't want gender to step in the way of you calling.
No,
me
but
what
I
you
don't know.
want.
Maybe like one day you'll bump into a woman, you like have a nice time, you go on a date, and then 10 years later you're that fucking Tumblr
She has a
bitch.
penis.
No, it's,
Wait, what?
That quickly went south.
no, like after you said that, Flying, I came up with like a perfect like romantic comedy scenario of it's going to be called the Tumblr bitch, and I'm going to be playing the male character that just can't get his life together. Like he's like dating a whole bunch of girls. He's a player, and then you meet this one girl who's like a uppity feminist type, and then like they don't get along at first, and then like eventually they like sort of realize that they have like the same interest, and they realize that they both aren't too different after all.
Can I
That's like some
take?
Oscar
I'm
bait
gonna
right
take
there.
that. I'm gonna take that and up it one more. The guy. Have you ever seen Mystery? Do you know who Mystery is?
No, I just know it's a word though.
He's the pickup artist. You know, does all that pickup artistry shit,
Yeah?
peacocking and all that. He's kind of like the father of that. That's who it is. So it's the pickup artist versus the Tumblr rich.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
they
and the
have
whole
a lot
gimmick
of
is like
these
he's
guys,
trying to
be
get this chick, but she's a feminist, so she's not with it. We're writing scripts right here. We are
honest.
making
We will
movies.
sue the shit out of you if you steal our ideas that we'll never realize. Okay, just saying.
I got a camera. I'll film it. I know some people. I can get some.
Dude, let's
Out of
do
the
this.
iPhone.
So, someone gets us the funding, I'll direct it. Shit, let's go.
Yeah, Kickstarter. We put that shit up on Kickstarter
I
right
can
now.
play the
Fuck yeah.
woman. It'll be awesome.
We can.
Yo,
No,
I get
no.
to keep the wig though.
We're thinking about this all wrong. We just have to get Tumblr to back us.
God damn it. Yeah, like TumblrCon or whatever it was called.
TumblrCon.
There was actually a convention for
Yeah.
Tumblr. Oh my god, that must have been the most
Ball pit.
cringiest.
Yo.
Oh,
I'll send you guys the link. We'll talk about it next
Oh
week.
my
That's
god,
fine.
I want to
I
see
wish-
that. We should send a documentary team over there.
I just wonder how many different otherkin like booths they had.
None.
It's
was-
it's Tumblr. They had to have like 50 otherkins.
Yeah, but it was like too small to have it. I'll put a link in.
here's
for us
the
to
booth
look
they
at it.
had. They had the Markiplier cross Jacksepticeye booth where they make fan fiction based on pairings between Jacksepticeye and
God
Markiplier.
damn it.
There is the feminist panel. That's
And
specific.
there's the porn panel, of course,
There's
which like everybody uses Tumblr for.
What a bitch.
There's the Rule 34 panel.
There's like the fetish part also.
Oh.
That's
There's the
really
My
good.
Little Pony panel. Don't forget about that one.
There's also r/space dicks.
Did
Big
we
part of them
really
over there.
touch on Overwatch porn for 2 episodes in a row?
I mean, like
No,
it's just so
haven't.
relevant.
This is all about rape, like and
Rape whistles and
Rape
12-year-olds.
whistles.
That's the title.
Oh
Rape
god,
whistles and 12-year-olds.
I can't have that as the title. So it's going to get flagged by somebody. Somebody's going to get triggered.
Fine.
I am slightly I don't have children. I don't even
Let's
know
get
any
Leafy
children.
this.
I am getting
Yeah,
triggered
yeah,
by
yeah.
that right now.
That's the most cancer title ever. literally the most crazy thing ever on YouTube, guys.
Literally saying literally like literal. Literally.
Literally.
Like, I have nothing against him, but he says that word way too much. I say words too much all the
like
time, so...
Leafy.
Yeah, I like
I
him
always
too.
say, "Oh my God," so.
Oh, a minute.
But, like, literally, I get tired of hearing that word.
Literally, I hear you, bro.
Yeah. Not figuratively. I want to be the opposite of Leafy and be like, but figuratively, though.
Yo, did you know, I don't know if you knew this or not, but they actually changed the definition of literally
Yeah,
in the
I
Webster's
saw that.
Merriam Dictionary to
I don't wanna live on this
mean
planet anymore.
figuratively.
Mm.
Literally now means figuratively. Why?
But
Well, because
literally
it's
the opposite, God. Now I'm just saying the word. That's...
It has a hyperbolic value now. It's not even.
Did
not
you say
even what it's
hyperbolic,
meant to be.
as in the hyperbolic time chamber? As in...
No, like as the. No, like as the.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know. Maybe it's a French word that I just transformed in English, but.
What, like a hyperbole or something like that? Over-exaggerated
It's like-
statement?
Yeah, over exaggerate. Wait, is that how you say it in English?
Yes, hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Okay, I was pronouncing it wrong.
And
Yes.
for the record, apparently us ending the episode was hyperbole.
Yeah, this is
I don't think
literally
that's the
like-
right context for that word, but I'll go with it.
I now can't stop saying the word literally, and we've ended off on such a sour note. We offended Leafy, we offended Keemstar, offended Tumblr chicks. This and we're talking about rape. This is probably the worst podcast ever. This is going to be taken down.
Literally the most offensive podcast. on YouTube.
It's
The
fine. We still haven't talked about Kim Jong-un being the best guy in the universe.
I think we just found our tagline for our podcast. Literally the lowest. What did you just say, Cobra?
The worst, most offensive podcast on YouTube.
Yes. The most offensive gaming podcast on
Can we
YouTube.
just rename
We have to have
the
literally.
podcast? Call it like Zero IQ Continues.
Or zero
Or-
fucks.
Exactly, zero fucks given.
Zero
No,
fucks.
continues. It just continues.
The art has been made already, you guys. You can't back out now. The branding has already took place. If you rip
Yes.
that away now, people will be confused.
Wait, so you guys
Yeah, the
got branded?
37 people confused.
You guys got branded without me? God damn it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, I
I
wanna
just
brand
talked
you.
to a few people. I sucked off a few people in the back of the alley, but you don't need to know
Oh,
about that.
That's good marketing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good
good.
marketing.
Nothing
You
says
know.
good marketing like an orgasm in the back of a parking
Yep.
lot.
Say it's good marketing with a good DJ.
It's always behind the dumpsters. The
That should be
dumpsters
the
try
title.
to
Nothing
cover the
says good
smell.
marketing like a BJ.
Can I start blowing my rape whistle now?
No, not yet. You can only. There's rules. They give you a manual once you get the rape whistle. You can only
I got
blow
a
it
rape whistle
once you
right in my
start receiving the rape. Not before, not after. It has to be once you start receiving the rape. You blow
Do
the
you-
whistle.
Do you have to
It's
go
taken off
through?
YouTube.
Do you have to go through like a class type of thing?
You have
Do
to.
get
You
a-
basically have to sign a EULA after you take the class. It's like you won't do this. You can't do
Well, you
that.
gotta sign it before
You
the
get-
class, not after it.
You actually get a learner's rape whistle before you get the real one, so you
Yeah,
can
because
practice.
you can't just like be blowing it all willy nilly. You don't want to be the girl who cries wolf or the guy who calls. This rape whistles are for everybody, you guys. Like
Oh yeah.
you
Like,
got.
I know this guy. He looks like a chick, and basically he gets raped every day.
What?
If that's true, that's a whole nother problem. That's a whole nother problem for another podcast right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he considers people watching him inappropriately like rape. So
What? This is getting onto a subject that
Okay.
I need. Okay, fuck the next podcast. What the hell are you talking about? So he considers people watching him as
nah, I'm just going on the over exaggerated feminist.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say.
It's not for real.
He's raping me with his eyes.
No, see, this is the
Yeah,
problem.
but see,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
don't think
Tumblr
that's
bitch says.
like-
too advanced here.
No, but that's what Tumblr bitch says, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like-
Tumblr bitch. Tumblr bitch is now a new like.
What?
fucking
Her name's
entity
like
that
what?
we created.
No, she exists.
No,
She's
I'm
like
okay with this.
Sarkeesian.
We have created the incarnation of Tumblr called Tumblr bitch.
I mean, we're not saying that Tumblr bitch doesn't exist. We're just saying that I don't believe in Tumblr
We don't-
bitch.
I don't
I'm
even know
with
if Tumblr bitch is actually a woman.
I'm saying
so.
Tumblr
No.
bitch may be your god. I'm just saying that Tumblr bitch isn't for me. That's all I'm saying.
No,
Hashtag
they're-
one true god.
Oh fuck, where's no?
Hashtag one true god. Hashtag Jesus loves you.
And hashtag rape whistles for 12-year-olds. Thank you. Good night.
For
That's a
12
nice
year olds.
tone to end.
No,
on.
you can't just market it only to 12-year-olds. What disposable income do 12-year-olds have? No, we're marketing them towards people who
how
have
much-
jobs.
Actually,
How-
if from a marketing standpoint, children are your best market
Oh, yeah,
because their
seriously.
parents have disposable income and they can go, but mommy, please, I want that rape whistle. Give it to me. Everyone has that cool rape whistle.
My rape whistle has Pikachu on it.
Oh my god.
Just start putting to like little cartoon characters to entice them. Yeah, that's what we do. Also, that with like big fucking giant.
We do that for.
dildos.
Do you like have your own favorite YouTuber? You can get a PewDiePie themed rape whistle.
Oh my god.
I'm a bitch.
Hey guys, I'm beautiful.
That's exactly what is. The shrilling voice will echo so loud that it will.
Mommy,
alert
can I
anybody.
please have a Dan TDM rape whistle?
The Keemstar whistle. We don't suggest people buy that because they'll just get raped more once they whistle. So.
Yeah, it's just an alarm. Hey, I'm here.
And oddly, it will accuse other
I'm-
people who are innocent of rape. So that's you gotta watch out for that whistle.
Okay, we better take that part out.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Let's
talk.
take the like. This is the after podcast where all the fun happens.
No, all that
all
has
the
to
boring-
stay in.
This is
That
this,
has to stay in.
this is going in. This is going to be the R-rated podcast.
This is
going to be
the
the
after
podcast.
Coke party, basically.
Too bad this is at the end, because otherwise you could tell them, like, hey, play the rape whistle drinking game. Every time you hear rape whistle, take a drink.
There's enough rape whistles spreaded throughout the earlier part of the podcast where it's like they're pretty lit already right now.
How long is this
Lit
podcast?
AF, yo.
Lasts as long as it has to.
The rape whistle drinking game. You guys can play it at home. It's right up there with the Game of Thrones nudity drinking game.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
That's right,
That's
boys
not
and
very
girls.
fun.
That's
You
right,
get
boys and
smashed
girls.
after the first episode.
Boys and girls, go to mommy and daddy's liquor cabinet and start taking shots every
We
time.
don't
you get-
advise that. We don't advise that. We're not held liable for if children
better,
get drunk.
Go to your black friend's neighborhood and try to ask for a white powder that looks like sugar.
Whoa.
Wow.
Why's it gotta be the black neighborhood?
Yeah, what is
I
it?
don't know.
Shit.
And
In France, you would be looking for the Arab neighborhood, so.
Hey.
to be honest, that's the
There.
Hispanic neighborhood you want to go to for the cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the good coke,
Is
yo.
it? Okay, then Hispanic. I'm sorry, I'm very ignorant of the American dream.
Yeah, it's the black that got the crack, yo.
Yeah, the crack, the cheap
Oh,
stuff. The
okay.
crack is all. The crack is black. That's the crack is black. The cocaine is. I can't think of a slick way to put cocaine and Mexican together. So.
The cocaine is good, man. I don't know.
That's borderline super racist. Don't worry, I'm an official black person / Hispanic.
Official.
So,
So, you have to have a
Yeah,
license
like a
for that. I'm
subscription
sorry.
card in the mail. Like,
so I approve that everything that said in this podcast is deemed okay by me, who is half Hispanic and half black. So there you go.
How much are you gonna bet that like Black Lives Matter are just gonna assassinate me in my sleep? Probably.
No, assassinate is an assassination that only takes place at night.
Assassinate
At
is when
night.
a fucking knight on a fucking horse just comes in.
What
just
is
pierces you
what
with
is the
one of
Black
those.
Lives Matter thing? Like, is it a because they keep mentioning the
Oh,
goddamn
God.
terrorist group?
It's basically overprivileged people who
Yep.
have no reason to complain.
So there's white people, not black people. Because if it's over,
No.
oh no, it's
It's
black
both.
people and white
overprivileged
people.
Here's what's going on. Unfortunately, a bunch of cops, and I doubt it's on purpose, but a bunch of
black and white.
cops
Some of
lately
them.
have been a bunch of white cops have been killing black people in
And
the
black
line of
ones.
duty.
Which is normal. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So
No,
so
it's
this
kinda
normal.
this
Oh,
whole
it's
huge
actually pretty
movement
normal, yeah.
came up saying Black Lives Matter, you know, this and that. But the thing of it is, all lives should matter. So I don't really get it. I mean, I see where they're coming from. It seems like a lot of black people are being shot in this way, but also a lot of white people are being shot in this way. I think it should be more about cops not shooting people as opposed to cops not shooting black people.
Well, on that point too, if you point a gun at a cop, you should like expect to get fucking shot.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Sorry,
basic reasoning.
No,
No, I'm
that's-
perfectly
yeah.
fine with that kind of reasoning.
But you
These
fucking
guys risk
deserve
every.
it.
Like, imagine if it was mandatory to not shoot someone with a
Like,
fucking gun
Oh
pointed at
man,
your
he's
face.
pointing a gun at me. I'm gonna just
Well, I
do
better
what he
take the
says.
bullet.
Yeah, right? No, it's a...
I'm behind the idea that people with a certain IQ level shouldn't have guns.
Yeah.
And that
Or
goes the
children,
same
for
with
that matter.
cops.
Although
Triggered Texas.
it's not always IQ. I actually just started new dude started at my work recently who was in the slammer for like 38 years, and he
Damn.
told me about this guy that he was in there with, who was one of the smartest guys he's ever met ever. Okay, this guy was a super workaholic. He pretty much worked 7 days a week, 365. He loved to work. And he was really smart. Well, his family every single day was like, come on, take a vacation. You want to go somewhere, take a vacation. So he chopped them up and sent them to Europe on
What
their
the fuck?
vacation.
I think that guy was
That
way too
escalated
smart. See, we
So
kind of like.
quickly.
It did. But this guy was a genius. So, I mean, you can't always go by IQ.
Well, I mean, they said
But
they
that
want to
guy
go on a
was too smart,
vacation,
you know?
and like,
We got to the point where it was borderline like okay, it was psychedelic.
No, he was psycho, but hey, they got to go on their vacation, so.
I
in
mean, it's
pieces.
nice.
I mean, it saves on shipping charges. So I mean, to split them
Yeah.
up like that.
Me.
like too much.
This is
baggage, though.
horrible. I am endorsing people getting chopped up
Going
and
to
sent to.
hell.
Dude, Yanni, I love you, man.
Look,
This
you're
is
just
so
looking for the
nuts.
advantages,
Yeah.
you know? You're a guy who looks at the cup half, full of dead body parts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, this is
fine.
going to be. You know what? Worst case scenario is no one watches this podcast and we're just talking to ourselves. But
Yeah.
either way, we gain something out of it. We gain friendship. We gain knowledge by talking to each other. So at least.
And
can say
we
that.
gain support for the rape whistle industry.
I mean,
Yep.
it's not like we're endorsing rape. We're just endorsing the fact that you buy. We're just. We're not rapists, you guys. Okay, we just
You buy
think that you
rapists.
should.
Support
Yeah.
rape, basically.
No, we're doing
Yeah.
the world a favor.
God, the
Yeah.
amount that we're like promoting rape whistle, it's almost like the CS:GO scandal was like we have a website of some rape whistles. And then, like,
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, exactly what you said. We're not rapists. Exactly. Yeah.
Most of us, anyway.
Like you're trying to convince us
I
that
don't
you're
know about these
good,
guys.
buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's just a scam to sell faulty rape whistles so
No, it's
they
just
can.
to promote my YouTube channel. These guys are rapists, guys. Just go to my channel where I'm not a
Yeah,
rapist.
just link it to Keemstar and he'll just like oh yeah, this guy's a definite rapist. And podcast he just mentioned about.
Fine. I think rapists. Okay, would rape be worse than molesting children?
Yeah.
It's,
No.
No.
it's put in the
It's
same
still
category.
Rape, yeah.
I'm just trying. Let's set
Stop
the
trying to
priorities
justify. Stop trying to bring something above the other. Let's keep it at the same level as both being
Yeah.
fucked up.
straight. Wait, we haven't got into genocide yet. Come on.
Actually, I would put rape and sexual molestation worse than murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least you're being put out your misery. And if you do believe in the afterlife, then that's good. I wish I did. Then I would kill
What happens
myself
if-
all the time.
I don't know. I feel like murder, you're ending a life there. So.
No, but think about it the other way. If you get
There's all the
raped,
psychological trauma from rape.
you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but you're alive.
True, but you're damaged. You don't have you
It's
you ever met,
damaged, but you're still alive. You know. It's
I
like
agree with you there, but have you ever met a rape victim?
Yeah.
I have
only
as well.
once. And
They-
it's not pretty, but they're still
Exactly.
glad of being alive, though.
No,
They still
yeah.
laugh one day or another. Or, like,
Sometimes they
still
do,
have-
but 9 times out of 10, they are not glad to be alive.
Okay, I like how we get into this
I don't know. I
discussion
feel, I
of
feel
serious.
like they're not glad alive because the accident must have been still recent. You know.
No, I
Really?
have to disagree with you. I met people who were molested at a young age, and they've grown up, and they are still not the same. It's a life sentence, you know. It really is. So I would put murder worse. Or I mean rape worse.
I don't know. I feel like I'm a guy who would try to live even if I had no arms and no legs.
Oh no,
That's how I
I'm
live. But
I'm with you, but I also haven't experienced that. So
well, me neither. I still have my legs and arms, but
I do too.
I like how
I
this
would-
went into a serious like debate
So
on
we're on the
whether
same page.
rape and murder is like.
I don't know.
Well, this is the podcast, you guys. You get
Thing
serious
is-
discussions about rape and murder, and then you get jokes about rape whistles.
I freaking love how this is a gaming podcast.
yeah, we get into like hard topical stuff, like what about Trump for president? That's going to be pretty.
Let's
American
talk about
radio.
Trump for like
Americans.
45 minutes.
Yeah, let's just extend this a little bit while longer. Let's roast Donald Trump right now. He looks like a piece of shit. I hate him.
I kind of like Donald Trump. I'm sorry.
I
with
do
you
too.
guys.
Okay, I need to ask
Hillary's
a
a
question.
goddamn
Like-
criminal.
Look, if you see Marine Le Pen, for example, like in France, now she's a straight up Nazi that would like go to like send people to concentration camps. But Donald Trump would be better, in my opinion.
Has
Hillary Clinton's a fucking criminal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't send any
to-
classified emails. Classified. 15,000 classified emails.
See, at the end of the day, I think Donald Trump makes Americans look worse because we already have a skewed opinion about Americans. And when I first saw Donald Trump, yep, this is an American. This is basically the stereotype that every country, like Donald Trump is the stereotype of what every country thinks about America. So when you elect someone like that, you sort of give like people outside of America, give them the opinion like, oh yeah, of course they would do that. That's.
I mean, has anyone here has seen the movie Idiocracy?
Mm-hmm.
Either way that we go, America's heading towards Idiocracy. That movie, I recommend it for everyone. It's a comedy about some dude who got frozen or something, sent to the future, and everyone's an idiot because of inbreeding and shit. It's a funny movie, but you know what? That's really where we're heading. Like, I'm not joking. I'm scared.
Well, are you talking about gene pool like going down the drain, or are you talking about like?
How could there be
Well, yeah.
inbreeding? There are so many goddamn people on this earth to be there
Well, no,
inbreeding.
I'm not talking actual inbreeding. What I mean by that is like, the dumb people are the ones who are pumping out the more kids. So then that dumbness gets passed on to their kids and yada yada.
Oh.
Yes, not everyone out there is dumb. There are tons of smart people out there. But with the way the population's going, I mean, we have a ton of people in the world right now. 3/4 of them are dumb. They're going to have kids. Then it's going to be, higher than that, to the point to where the gene pool's screwed. There's going to be a handful of smart people.
You could argue that like the best traits nowadays is intelligence, in my opinion. It's not anymore strength or like charisma. It's basically how you can make money. And making money comes down to how smart you are most times. So
Yes,
like
but
even like a new generation of idiots still have a chance to like become smart people. You know what I mean?
they do. But look at America. How many of the people who have that chance do you think are actually taking that chance when there's Tumblr to look at? Hey, I could be a wolf on Tumblr, or I could learn how to better the world. I think I'm gonna go be a wolf.
I could go up.
Wait, let's talk about the discussion about someone saying I want to be a wolf on Tumblr. What? How did
You don't want to. That's what I was
Have you
talking
seen
about.
that?
That's what I
No,
was
I
talking
haven't.
about earlier with
He's open a new can of worms.
that's
Guys,
what that's
Yeah.
those are called otherkin. Okay, there's a subsection of people in
I
the
gotta
world
look this up.
who
Wait,
call
isn't-
themselves
You don't.
otherkin. You
mean
don't want to
furry-
look into
furry
this.
or-
Trust
Don't
no.
look into it.
No, this is
It's-
worse than furry.
It's like
These-
next level furry.
Okay, so you know how nowadays you have people who are male and they
Sexually identified as a attack helicopter.
well, all right, no.
No,
They-
that was
they-
a joke. That was a joke.
I
from an
know.
journalist.
Yeah, no, I
I
got
know.
it, but you
Oh.
have a guy who's self-identifying as a female and then, dressing as a woman, whatever, he feels he's a female. Kids nowadays are fucking identifying as dragons and wolves and they believe in their heart that they are actually a wolf, and so they self-identify as it. So they're, I'm a wolf.
That's
It's,
bullshit because
That's
I
a
hate that
bit-
people are actually letting this happen. Because when I was a kid, I was told right from wrong. I was told I couldn't do that. I wanted to be a fucking
Yes.
magical fucking dragon, and no one let me. So I mean,
I
fuck,
wanted to be a
if
dick
I
when I was
couldn't,
small.
these
That's
kids
just the
nowadays
oppressive
can't.
patriarchal society keeping you down.
Okay, well,
Oh
I
God.
Well-
completely recommend, not that I like to recommend other people, but there's a comedian, Trevor Moore. He was in Whitest Kid You Know and stuff like that. But
Oh, no way.
he has a song called Bullies. Go listen to that song. If you're in here, if you're watching this, go listen to that song because that's what the world needs is more bullies. We don't need fucking, oh, let's coddle everyone because then guess what? These people fucking think they're a wolf.
I mean,
That's true. You got the art. For example, my generation, it's probably part of like CobraRacers and maybe a bit of a BlackCanadian. It's like all our life we were told to be like we could be whatever we fucking wanted. We could be astronauts if we just worked hard enough. But the
Mhm.
simple truth is that we're not going to be those guys. We're not going to be astronauts. We're not going to be fucking firemen. I mean, who knows?
I mean,
fucking...
if you work hard enough, that's what you. I like the
can.
honest. I don't
You
like.
can.
I don't like the fact of like being a bully because that comes with like when people just say unnecessary stuff when it does like mean stuff for no reason. But what I
Right.
mean, what people should do is just be realistic with what, because we've entered this like. Evolution period in Western civilization where it's like we're realizing that hey, racism is wrong, being of homophobia is wrong, and all this other stuff is wrong. I agree with all that, but it's just like we're in the state of like we're overly sensitive about a subject.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like-
We're sheltered, and we keep on like expecting other people to like bend through this.
It's totally the
know.
everybody's a winner type of
Yeah, which is simply
atmosphere.
not true. Like everybody's mediocre.
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably going to cut off some of the stuff that was being said. We for this gaming podcast. For those of you guys that know, I'm just going to do a brief explaining that we like to touch on every subject here because I believe there's certain things because I want to make this a well-rounded podcast so those of you guys that don't want to listen to this, you can be sure to tune this out. As I said, I'm probably going to edit out some of the stuff that doesn't really pertain to what we're talking about. But yeah, this is the end. Let's how about everybody link their YouTube channels and we can finally wrap up this podcast.
Okay, well, check out my videos on the Flying Iguana channel. Sorry, I kind of skipped my turn. Go ahead and go, bro.
I'll be starting my channel up this week, so I'll post it in the next podcast because it's still kind of under work right now.
Word. And you can always find me over at PlayerTwo Insert Coin for more rape whistle style humor.
And
That's like the thing that you advertise for your channel. That's great.
And last
For
but
this
not
episode.
least, comes my channel, BlackCanadian. You can search that on YouTube, or you can just go youtube.com/themightybastards, and you can find me there. One thing I want to talk about is fucking YouTube. They should let me change my URL. God damn it. But anyway,
Oh, you should.
Next
have to
week.
insert it, like-
Next week, Yanni. Save it.
yeah, next week we're going to talk about why we're going to basically protest YouTube and like changing our URLs because that's fucking bullshit. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.